I quit my high-paying job in the tech industry and moved to Montana to pursue my dream of starting my own whiskey distillery. Just around $25,000 to my name and a few pieces of equipment I brought with me. We're starting from scratch. Will our whiskey distillery be successful? We'll find out. This is Whiskey RP. What a beautiful morning. This definitely beats what I'm used to. Fresh air, some mountains, some trees. Oh yeah. Our nice camper we're living in, got our truck. Got a little shed here as well, and a little skid steer that we're starting with. This John Deere here. We also have this nice silo that was on this property that we purchased. We used our life savings to get it. It's a good start for us. We do own this property back here with these trees. They're definitely going to have to get cleared out soon. But we also have this nice sized field to start with. Let's go take a look at it. Yeah, not much, just a nice plowed field. So a lot of equipment we're going to need. This field might stay this way for a little bit. We are pursuing our dream of starting a whiskey distillery, and there's some things that need to go with that. The ingredients that are required to make whiskey are going to be barley, water. We're going to need some wood to make barrels, as well as yeast. So I think yeast is definitely going to be the first one to start with. Most of the alcohol that we're going to be creating, we're going to create some vodka, some whiskey, as we mentioned, bourbon, and some others as well. They all are going to, or most of them are going to require yeast. So that's going to be one of our first pursuits. And I think this area here would be really good to clear the trees and start a vineyard so that we can start producing that yeast. But we need money first. So we're going to look around, call around some of the people in town, see if anyone needs help with some work so we can start earning some cash. After making a few phone calls, we found our first lead. We're going to be cutting some grass for some sheep farmers, and they want the lawn cut and the grass all baled up, and they're going to pay us $7,500 for that, which is a pretty good start, I would think. And it looks like they have a lot of equipment here as well for us. Let's see, is this the entrance here? Let's go ahead and get parked, and we'll chat with them and see what's going on. Oh, look at this. This is a nice John Deere. Got the 5090E. Oh, that'll be nice to use. A little John Deere lawnmower, little Windrower. They got a nice front loader as well, so we can pick up the bales and maybe sort them for them. They got this Case IH 344 baler. We're definitely going to make a quick job of this, and it seems like, yeah, a little bit of grass over here, lawn over there. Should be a good start. Let me chat with them. All right, this thing's dragging a little bit. Let's go ahead and unfold it. And we should be able to just find a good starting spot here, and we'll get it cut. And this is going to be, a nice way to start our journey. Start learning a little bit about farming and cutting this stuff. I have driven a tractor before, so it's not completely my first time. Seems like everything started up there good. Go ahead and give it a few little passes here, or a little start here. I'm going to hop out and check now and see how it's looking. Nope, we didn't do that right. We did something wrong. Let me see here. Maybe it's this button. Oh yeah, lawnmower lowered down. Let's go ahead and pull forward a little bit. Oh yeah, I can see it in the rearview mirror. That's looking good. All right, let's get this done. Oh, what is that in the distance? Looks like some new equipment arrived. I don't know if I should take a break or just keep going, but that truck in the distance that I see, well, that wasn't there earlier either, so looks like new lawnmower equipment. Looks like also we can see a new tractor as well. That's interesting. Let's finish this row and go take a look. Oh, man. And that was fun to use, but these would have been nice. I don't think they'll mind if I take a look. Yeah, these Pottinger. Oh, nice. Massey Ferguson 7720. Wow. I would love one of these. Well, I just got done chatting with the owner, and he apologized for the miscommunication earlier. I was supposed to wait for this equipment to get here, and I wouldn't have had to even use their old windrower. So he's going to help us out. He's going to finish windrowing. He said I could use the Massey Ferguson. He hasn't even used it yet. He's going to let me use it first because he felt bad. and I can start baling while he finishes up the windrowing. So that's what we're gonna do. Oh, and it looks like he's already out there picking up. He moves fast, so he felt pretty bad. I kind of asked him what his plan was with this old mower, and he's gonna get rid of it. So I'm thinking about trying to strike a deal with him on a trade instead of paying for cash. I don't have a tractor yet, but all right, that's hooked up. Let's go ahead, and I think we want to start over where we finished already. So let's ride over there, get lined up real good, and I think it works similar to the other things. Yep, that button lowered it. Sounded like it kicked on, and we should just pull forward now. Now, is this one of those where you have to stop and let it unload? I've read about these. Let's see. Oh, it's beeping. Let's slow down. There it goes. Not bad. All right. So finishing up this last row here, we got a lot of bales to pick up, and he's left the tractor there prepped for me to do that part. That was so nice of him to help out. I don't know if I'd have been able to finish this out in one day. When I was talking to him earlier, he was mentioning that he has another property where all the sheep are at. So he's going to have to get these loaded on his trailer there so that we can get them dropped off. Well, this is definitely my first time using one of these balers. Let's see how they work. Yeah, you just kind of poke it. Probably do a better... Oh, did not secure that one. All right, let's see if we can figure this out. Just kind of poke it, I would assume. Go, we'll tilt it up. All right. Can we get two at once? Seems to do the trick. Let's see if we can get it loaded over here for him. Not bad for my first try. Well, there he goes. He's not driving the best. I hope he's okay. But he said that he wanted to get all of that hay over to, or the grass over to his sheep. And so he was going to take care of the rest of this the next day. I don't know if he was annoyed at me with how slow I was with the forks or what, but we did work out a deal. He's going to go ahead and give us this lawnmower. We're going to get this lawnmower as well as $2,500. So $5,000 for this mower. I think that's good. So I got to go get my trailer and we'll come back and get this. Oh, and it looks like he wired the money already. So that's perfect. All right, let's get back. All right, we got it all loaded up. That should be secure enough. Let's get it home. You know, one thing we didn't think about is we don't have a way to get this off of the trailer. So that's going to stay there for a little bit, I think, unfortunately. So what a successful day so far. We got, $2,500 to our name, a nice lawnmower that we'll be able to use once we get a tractor. We got a little bit of cash left, but I think I'm going to spend the rest of the day. Talked about this going to be our first vineyard here. We're going to need a lot more money for that, but all of these trees need to come down. So I think we'll start chopping those down, and we're going to need something to grind these stumps out as well. So I'm going to get all of them just chopped down, and then we'll trim them up later, load them up, and see if we can get some cash for these too. I forgot to mention his name, but Ken was such a nice guy, the farmer that we did that job for. He said to call him if I had any questions, I needed any tips. So I think once I get done trimming this tree up or breaking down this tree, I'm going to give him a call and see what he knows about the used tractor market around here. All right, thank you. Thanks, Ken. Thanks a lot. All right, I just got off the phone with Ken, and he said that there is a John Deere just down the road from me that they're looking to sell, and that it was for a good price. He said it was for $6,500. I'm gonna go see what that looks like and possibly have a tractor for us. All right, I think it was close by here. Oh, there's one in the driveway there. Let's see what they say. All right, we went ahead and talked to them about this John Deere right here. We got a John Deere 4020 diesel. Pretty nice little canopy on here so that we can have a little shade. So we're going to drive this home, and I think we're going to try to get that lawnmower off of the low loader and see if we can free up that trailer to allow us to be able to put the wood on it. But this drive's nice. This is a good starter. 5,500. I talked them down 1,000. It was pretty cool. I let them know if there's any help they needed around their property to let me know, and I would be willing to help them out. And that was part of my negotiation scheme there. But yeah, let's go ahead and pull this over here for now. We'll have to go get the truck to hook up to that trailer and lower the ramps for us. Just back this up. And I really hope these are compatible. Oh, it hooked up. So let's try to pull it off of here. Yep, everything looks all right. Let's see. Seems to pull it good. Let's see. Controls down here. Let's push that. Oh, yep, that works. Very similar. Very similar. So this right here should lower it. And this should engage it. And I know we're on dirt, but yeah, it seems like we can pull it too. Well, that's exciting. Let's get this put away. Not bad. We still got a little bit of cash too to make some decisions, and we'll have to get those trees all chopped off and loaded up on the trailer. We'll have to do multiple trips of that because I don't think much is going to fit on this trailer, but it'll be a help. Well, it's the next day. We've been pretty busy cutting down trees. This is our last load. Last night we got a lot of it done. We made about $12,000 so far. Let's see what this one gives us. Oh, 3,500. Nice. And we already have a stump grinder over at the property to help us get rid of those stumps. After that, I think I want to cut that grass and potentially try to figure out how to make some money off of that so we can just get a little bit more income coming in. So we got this little bit of wood here. We're going to probably keep it for firewood. I don't think there's any reason to sell it. Well, let's see if this stump grinder that we leased is going to help us out. I think it should work good. Yeah, there's a stump right there. Let's go ahead and get this thing activated. Lower it down. Oh, there we go. It was cutting it. It was cutting it. This is going to work. Yeah, that stump is gone. What a nice grinder. There's only a couple $100 to lease for the day. So we get this done. I think there's about 8 of them to cut down. Just trying to find all of them. And then we can cut this grass. All the stumps are taken care of. I want to just put this in the trailer so we can take it back later on. Get this off of here. All right, and let's get this strapped in. We don't want it to go anywhere, and we'll take that back later on. We don't have to worry about that right yet. But let's go ahead and lift the ramps. Exciting. Get to use our own equipment for the first time. Get this lawn cut. Try to figure out how to make some money off this grass too. Maybe I'll call Ken again and see if he could help me out, and maybe possibly he'd want to buy it off of me. Extra food for a sheep? I'm not sure. We'll start right here. Get out of the dirt a little bit. Swing over. Should be good there. We'll go ahead and lower it down. Engage it. Yeah. Cutting our own grass. Doing some work on our own property. This feels good. Let's get kind of close to this fence, but not too close, because still learning here. I don't want to damage anything. Boy, this tractor is going to work out nice. It pulls this lawnmower really well. I think we got a smoking deal for our first tractor. What was that? This isn't good. This isn't good. I should probably shut it off. Let's disengage the PTO there. Well, I guess I forgot some pieces of wood here. Oh no, let's fold it up. Oh, that's looking rough. I hope those blades are okay. They didn't break, but I think we got lucky. We gotta be careful. We don't have a lot of money for this. Aye. All right, I think I got them all cleaned up. We'll have to be a little more careful moving forward. Yeah, let's get that back down. I hope we got lucky here. It's firing back off. Let's just pull forward a little bit. Seems like we might have caught a break there. Oh, that made me nervous. Well, that should do it. Got it all cut now. Get it all folded up and get it put away. And I think we escaped our first, oh man. That was a little scary. I thought we damaged our lawnmower on our first time using it. I think we got away with it though. All right, we just got to the dealership here. We got this ready for them to return. And we got a few windrowers set up out here for us. So we talked to the dealership earlier and they got these prepped for us to come look at. We got this Pottinger 300 here, a little older one. We got another one, the Euro Top 340N. A little more pricey, I believe, and this one as well. And let's find out the prices on these and then we'll go from there. These ones they're newer. This one looks a little used. I'm hoping that we can get a good deal on that one. I only got $36,000, so I don't want to spend it all right away. But yeah, we'll go find someone in here and talk to them about the prices. All right, we went with the used one. It was only $3,600, so we're down to about $33,000. They got it all loaded up for us and strapped in. Let's make sure. Yeah, everything looks good. We'll go ahead and get that folded up. We'll get this home. I guess the next thing to figure out is what we're going to do with it after we windrow it. All right, got it all hooked up. I guess there's nothing left to do but row some grass here. Lower it on down. Let's see what happens when we engage. Okay, let's go ahead and do a few laps here. Just kind of check it out. Oh, we didn't get far enough over. Let's get a little bit. I think we are now. Yeah, there we go. We got to watch out for our trees up here. We'll hop in and this shouldn't take long. Let's get that branch out of the way though. It's a little messy. Ken made it look a lot easier than it is. I missed a few spots pretty much every row. We'll get better. We'll get better at it. We'll figure it out. It's I'm learning the tricks of the trade, and it's coming on real nice, and I'm excited to figure out how much money we're going to make from just cutting our own property. Well, we got a silo pit put in with these old tires. We just made this one manually. We found some used tires, and it was, not too bad. Cost was a little more expensive than I was hoping, but this will be a good spot to put it in. From what I understand, we'll get the grass moved over here. We got to get a forage wagon, and then we can dump it off here, and we can cover it up. It'll ferment. It'll turn into silage. And then we make some money. Well, hello, everybody. Welcome back to Whiskey RP. Today, we're going to have to try to make a little bit of cash. I've cut down a few more trees, and we're heading on over to the sawmill to see how much money they'll give us for it. I've been doing a little bit of reading about this whiskey stuff that we're trying to make, and there's a lot that's going to go into it. We got to buy a lot more equipment to get a good amount of things purchased. A lot of, like I said, a lot of equipment. We need different crops as well. I looked into the yeast plants, and we're going to have to buy a yeast production plant, but it also requires sugar. So we're going to have to make our own sugar first before we even care about the grapes. We got $6,000 for the wood, and that did not include one of the logs in here. Let's go ahead and get that unstrapped. I need to start looking around. We need to pick up the grass in the field so that we can get that turned into silage. But that's a wrong turn. And now that we're back on the right road, we need to get a forage wagon. I was doing some reading. That's the best way to pick that up, unless we had a baler and a way to wrap the bales, but that's a lot more money to start off with. So I think the fact that we have the skid steer and the bucket will be able to pick up the silage after it turns into silage. And then we'll also need a trailer, but the first things first, let's go ahead and look online and see if there's any used forage wagons around the area. If not, we'll have to head over to the dealership and see how much they are brand new. Well, we spent $27.50 on this forage wagon. We found it at this nice house here. These neighbors of ours, we're just down the road for reference. Right down there's our farm. But they had this for sale. They didn't need it anymore. They're actually retiring from farming over here. So maybe some new neighbors will move in and have some more, like, I don't want to say competition, but some more people to help out. And, it would help if we put the ramps up so we could drive like a sane person. All right, we got it all hooked up and ready to go. Let's see if we can, we'd lower it that way and open up the basket. It's actually pretty good size. Let's get that turned on. Go ahead and see how this does. Yep, it's picking it up. Perfect. Still a little bit of work to do here this morning. Well, it's been a grind, and we did have to spend a little bit of extra cash, about $9,000, to get another silage pit because the other one just wasn't cutting it and just wasn't going to be able to fit everything in it. So I might work on reselling or try to resell the other one, maybe? Maybe we'll just reuse it for something else. And then we'll finish compacting this so we can get it covered as well. I think we'll go from the other side. But yeah, buying this pit really hurt us financially, but I think it'll pay for itself with at least this one. That's not good. That's not good. We're stuck. I think we got it attached. Let's see. Oh, that's not the best way to do it, but oh, we got it out. So we should be able to go ahead and detach this. We'll throw that in there. Take it off of the truck as well, like that. And the rope's playing snake now. It is nice and covered. So now it's just time to wait. Just time to wait. We'll figure out some other tasks we got to do, but let's put this away. Not bad for a day's worth of work. We have some spillage here that I think next time after we empty these, we'll put it back in the pit and we'll take care of it then. So it won't go completely to waste. We just won't get the benefit of it this time around. I did find an online class that I'm going to take that was part of the money that we've lost already I signed up for. So I'm going to do that today. And that class actually helps me learn about planting whiskey and all that. So I'm going to head on in the trailer and do a session or two of that. Just got to the dealership and realized, man, this truck is dirty. We had them pull out a few trailers for us to choose from. This one's just a little smaller and it's, you know, I don't know if it's going to work for as much silage as we have. This one, they'll have to do, I think. Let's go ask them about that. Well, we got a good deal on that. It was $3,000. Man, lots of expenses. Hopefully this silage can bring in a good amount of money because we are hurting. Let's see, I think about right here will be a good spot. Let's go ahead and get that shut off. And this pit should be done. Yes. Okay, so we'll have to avoid this grass somehow. And this one I think needs a little bit more time. So we'll go ahead and get working on emptying out this one or filling up some loads here. And we'll see how it goes. Alright, so we got the first load done here. We're gonna go take it and see what 5,000 liters gives us. Oh, small trailer. It's gonna take forever. Lots and lots and lots and lots of investments to build a farm. That's what I'm learning. Alright, let's first time selling something besides wood. Let's see how we did here. It's quite slow. $2,900 for that. Okay, we'll rinse and repeat. Paid for the trailer about right now. Lots and lots of loads. Oh, just, man, that was exhausting. That's a lot of back and forth. You can see we're sitting at $83,000 though. Ooh-wee, that was a good harvest. That was just some grass on our property that we decided to cut and make money off of. This farming thing, maybe it's a little easier than I thought. Now it's time to just rinse and repeat and come up with a plan for the next one. Maybe implement some of the things I've been learning in my class, but I think before I go to bed tonight, I'm going to put the rest of the grass that we have around these silos back into the silo so that we can possibly, it's not enough to cover, but I think we definitely want to store it here instead of on the outside. So we'll take care of that. Also, we're going to probably ditch this. All right, we got $3,100 back for returning that, so that was nice of them to allow us to do that. So yeah, it's just a little bit of cleanup and that'll do it for today. Apparently there's silage in the bucket. I don't see it though. Well, that cleaned up pretty nice. I think we're all set now. We can just put this away, and we got some thinking to do. We got some money in our hands, and it's time to really decide what we're going to purchase next to help really jumpstart our progress and try not to damage our equipment. But it appears that grass is a good source of income, which who would have thought? Just grows on its own. We can make a ton of money off of it. We definitely will not be covering that because that is nothing, just 3,500 there. This whole area here could turn into a grass field potentially, as well as the vineyard, future vineyard sites. But yeah, it's time to start thinking about some of that stuff. Get a good night's sleep, and maybe tomorrow we'll make some big time decisions on equipment and potentially plant a crop, I think. We'll see. Oh, hello there. Welcome back to Whiskey RP. I just got off the phone with Isaac, a local farmer in this area. And you can see this field across the way has some oats in it, and there's some equipment. He's wanting us to harvest it, and he's going to pay us about $9 grand for that, which I think is pretty good. Shouldn't take us too long. We'll have to maybe call someone else to help us drive this truck with the trailer on it to put the oats in there. But this vent here, oh man, this is going to be sweet. Let's hop in here. Let's get it started. Probably need to open it on up, get it nice and unfolded for us. It's a pretty good sized field. I'm glad he has some big equipment. Let's lower this header and try to get lined up a little bit better before we turn it on here. Go ahead and engage that. And look at us. We're harvesting a field. Not too bad. Now, I have no idea how long this is going to take. It might be our entire day here. But this is some good money. Just adding to the balance sheet there. Trying to just rank up a little bit of cash before we decide on what we're going to spend it on. So I guess I'll get this done and have a lot of time to really think about some purchases we want to make. We're about halfway through this harvest, and I thought I'd talk a little bit about the plans that we have ahead of us. So the things we need, the first thing we wanted to focus on, we talked about, was yeast. And the two ingredients for yeast are grapes and sugar. So I think what we're going to do to start off with is we're going to focus on sugar. The production plant that we need to build is going to cost us around $80,000. So we have that much money now, but we also need a planter, we need a way to fertilize, a way to harvest, and from what I understand, there's specialized equipment for sugar, so there's a couple options we can do. Sugar canes or sugar beets. I think we'll probably lean towards sugar beets because that feels to be a little bit easier based on the research I was doing. So that's going to be the plan. After this, we'll probably go to the store, get something to help us plant the sugar beets in the field next to us, which is ours. And that'll be our first crop. And even if we don't have enough money to build that production plant yet, we do have the silo to store the sugar beets while we do some other of these, jobs for people around town, as well as behind me there. I think a lot of those trees are going to go, and we're going to eventually turn that into a grass field just to help supplement some income. To just constantly be making silage from that field. That's the plan. Let's go ahead and bust out and get this finished, and then we'll look into a planter. Harvesting the last stretch of oats here. This has been a fun job. It's nice to use this equipment. Can't wait to own something like this of ours. That would be really sweet. But that's going to be a little bit. I have a feeling this is a very expensive piece of equipment. So let's go ahead and open that up. We'll hop on out, keep it running though. Head over to the trailer and get this filled up. And I need to check the text message I got from Isaac about where to drop this off. We'll check that in just a second. Well, this looks like the correct place. Let's go ahead and swing over here and let's sell these goods for Isaac. See what happens. 15, what is that for? 15,000 harvest income. Let me call him and find out what this is all about. All right, well, I just got off the phone with Isaac, and apparently he told the mill to go ahead and collect a certain amount for him, and the rest would be income for us to help us get started. Well, what a nice guy. That was like a $20,000 morning, and it's only 10 o'clock. Oh, man, I'm blown away by the people here. So we got a few things at the store here. You can see our money's down to $91,000. We got a planter that is going to allow us to plant sugar beets, a couple pallets of seed. I wasn't sure how much we're going to need for that large field, so I decided to get 2 to start off with. And the dealership said I could use their forks here to go ahead and put it on the trailer. Let's see if that busts loose. Nice. So we'll put that away. You can also see in the back of the trailer, we got a set of forks for ourselves so that we can attach those to the skid steer back at the farm. Agromaz Falcon planter. I think it'll be pretty good for us. Are we going to be able to do this with this tractor? It said we were going to be able to. All right, maybe we're just not lined up right. Let's get right here. Looked like it started planting them. Lower it back down. Oh, tough. 5 miles an hour. We got it. Go ahead and take a look here and see if these things need calibrated. I think, yeah, I think they need to go a little bit lower. Let's adjust each of these. I want to get it about 2 inches deep from what I was reading. Oh, it's harder. It's having a harder time. There it goes. Think it can handle it now. All right, let's check and see. Yeah, that looks much better. Well, this is struggling pretty good. Pretty good struggling. I think we're gonna have to look into our options. So Ken let us borrow his 5090 and for free, which was amazing. So we're going to give this a shot and see how much better it is, because I might look into potentially buying one of these because we could use it. And it seems to, yeah, it's able to handle it much better. Let's get far enough over so we don't miss any spots. But I do think I'm going to do a smaller section of this field for our first time, just because we're learning and we don't want to mess anything up and waste too much money. So we'll do it this way. So, thanks to Ken, it's going to save our first harvest. So we got Ken his equipment returned to him. It was so nice for him to help us out, save the day. We're definitely going to look into an upgrade of a tractor for this type of field work. The small tractor has a lot of purposes still, but we need a medium-sized tractor somehow, and hopefully we can find a used one. But the sugar beet's looking good. You see, we only went, and I'll show you, halfway down this field. There's still a bulk of it, but this is our first time. I don't want to waste product. I don't want it just in case it goes bad. And we have a lot to harvest, and we don't have anything to harvest it with yet. So just kind of thinking about time and us learning the ropes here. But maybe we'll do something else with this field here in a month or so when we build our confidence. We got a little bit to take care of. There's going to be some weeds to take care of in here, as well as we need to do another coat of fertilization next month or a month or two from now. So that's where we're looking right now. Well, we've kind of made a mess. I'm starting to pick and choose which one of these trees I want to get rid of, and we'll take them over to sell the wood. But this is definitely going to turn into a grass field. We need to find some regular income. Oh, that was dangerous. We need to find some regular income, and I think I'll clear these out and see where we're sitting, and then at that point, figure out how many more we want to cut down. So there's our first wave. Definitely not enough cleared out. Let's take down a few more. We got about 15,000 for that right now, so that wasn't bad. Drop this one down. Go with this one. I think this one as well. And I'll go, you know, we'll get this done and we'll rejoin in a minute. I think that'll work. I think it's time to get the tractor out and the lawnmower and see how this all works out for us. Well, we don't want to damage our equipment with all these stumps, so I think we got a little ahead of ourselves. So let's get a stump grinder, and I think it's time to buy one. So we'll get one that attaches to the front loader, or the skid steer. We don't have a front loader, we have a skid steer. Yeah, we get an attachment for this, and we might as well buy it so we can have it around. I'll call the store up real quick. Well, the delivery guy just left. It was $2,500 plus a little bit of a delivery charge, so that's not too bad. I definitely think it is worth it. So we'll get that hooked up here, and then we will get all those stumps taken care of so we can safely cut our lawn. And I think there was one right by where I was cutting that. Yeah, that's where we stopped. We were a little concerned about this one already. So we get that lined up pretty good here. And we'll go ahead and turn that on. Back up just a little bit. Seems to be taking a little bit of time. Not too bad. Get this thing broken in. There we go. I think that's a good angle. All right, let's lift it up. Turn a little bit so we can see. Yeah, that one's gone. Let's go find the rest of these. Shouldn't take too much time. We might have to do a little walking to locate all of them. We might not see them all from the skid steer. But yeah, we'll get all these done and we'll get this lawn cut and prepped for a field. It took a little bit longer than I was expecting, but we found them all. We got them all removed, so we're going to put this away and then proceed with cutting the grass. And this should make for a nice size grass field. It's not too large for us to maintain yet as we're learning. Get a little bit close to these trees. Not too close though, but this will be the same path that we'll want to take with the lawnmower every time we cut this yard. So I figured might as well cut it out and make the path and make some money off of this grass that's here already. And we wanted to keep a little bit of trees just to not take away from nature too much here. But with the field all cut and prepped, we did a little windrowing as well. This will be a decent sized grass field. It's not anything impressive. It won't change, you know, our future huge financially, but it'll be a nice way to get a steady income in. And I think at that point, we're building our business plan. I started meeting with a banker. Eventually, we might be able to pull off a little bit of a business loan to help us out. I specifically would be interested in that for some of the buildings we have to purchase. It would be nice to get a construction loan and while we're still making money, start getting those buildings prepped and built. Because, you know, by the time that harvest is ready, we're going to want to make sugar. We're going to want to have a way to make a little bit more money and income so that we can afford to build a vineyard. That's going to be the biggest expense really, is getting the vineyard up and running. But once we have yeast, it'll be real quick to get the barley planted and turned around and then start testing out our different combinations and recipes for our whiskey. So almost 2 wagons full, and I think that's good. You know, no fertilization, no real treatment to that grass there, so its yield's not going to be as good as the grass we're going to plant and treat. Take care of it with some lime and fertilizer and really get that growing good. But we'll get this compacted and covered. There's no reason not to. And in a few months' time, we'll be able to make a little bit more cash off of this. Well, we got it all nice and compacted. Now it's just time to cover it on up and we'll let it turn into silage over time. Much better than last time, even though it's less product. It won't be as profitable as that $80,000 we made, but pretty good. So next up is to turn this into a field, some grass, as well as I think I'm going to set up a meeting with the banker and find out about potentially getting that business loan we're talking about. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Whiskey RP. Last episode, we prepped an area for a new field. Today, we're going to figure out how to get a plow for that and possibly a seeder as well so we can plant some grass. We also talked about meeting with a banker to see if we could get a construction loan to build a sugar factory. Definitely going to be the first step in getting our yeast production up and running. First thing we're going to do is head on over to the store. All right, we have made it. And you can see we talked to them and got a few things out here already. We have this used New Holland 8970. It's definitely used. So we jump in here, you can see it's got 9.1 hours of use already. Looks like it needs some maintenance as well. So that would be a good starter. They're wanting 80,000 for this. And then we have a brand new Case International 5100 planter or seeder. This will be for putting grass down as well as wheat and barley and all those other things. But we also wanted to get a good deal on these two together to get the plow as well, and it's a case as well. So we're definitely going to try to talk them in. So we got 80. I think this one's about 8 or 10,000. I'm going to try to see if I can get all of this for 90. Let's see what happens. Well, we almost pulled it off. 95,000 for the 3 of them, which is still good. Leaves us with 13,000. So this, oh, yep, starts up pretty good. And I wanted to talk to them also to see what maintenance would be on it right now. So get this fresh and clean engine-wise. I mean, the outside of it looks very clean right now. So it was $3,500 to repair it. Not too bad. So now we are looking at $10,000 to our name. I think what we'll do is we'll grab the plow and we'll put it on the back of the truck. And no, let's do it the other way because we're going to use the plow first. So let's go ahead and put the seeder on the back of the truck. All right, because of how wide it was, we decided to have the seeder be pulled back and we put the plow on here. We'll get home, get all this stuff prepped, and get our first field created of our own besides the one that came with our land. Very exciting. But with all the equipment we're gathering, we're starting to run out of space to store things. So some more storage is definitely one of the next things we're going to have to buy. We don't want to leave all these expensive tools just out for anyone to see or the weather to damage. Let's see, this field, you know, it's feeling a little smaller now, but it's definitely the right decision, I think. So we can go ahead and lower this down. And we look back there, yep, it's already working. So let's go a little forward here, make this turn. Let's make sure we're not getting too close to the tree. And really, with this new tractor with more horsepower, this shouldn't take very long at all. Just finishing up this plowing here, and it's turning out really good. It's nice to use this New Holland new equipment that we got on the farm here. Definitely helping out with pulling these implements that we would have struggled pulling with the John Deere. I don't know if we would have been able to do this at all or use the seeder. So there's going to be plenty of jobs for the John Deere to do. So it's not wasted. We don't regret buying it, but let's go ahead and put the plow aside for now. We'll get the seeder hooked up, and it's time to get this grass prepared. Make sure everything's all hooked up right. There we go. See how we're looking here. Things are looking good. I think everything's set up right. We got plenty of seed and fertilizer in there. One of the things I do want to do before is I'm going to take a sample of a couple of these samples here of soil. I'm going to have them tested to see how the pH is. Get one here. And we'll go in the back corner as well. So we're going to have it tested. That'll tell us if we need to do lime and what type of nutrition the soil is going to need to get us the best grass possible. So we'll get that sent in. We won't know today, but they'll get back to us as soon as they can. And we might have to buy some more equipment for spreading lime. All right, this should be pretty easy here. Let's see, this should just lower it down. And I think start pulling. Yep, just like we do with everything else. I just want to do a little bit and get out and check. Oh yeah, that's looking nice. Very nice. It feels good to do a job all by ourselves. Looks like I missed a spot. I'll be very picky here. Yep, let's lower it down. We'll try to sneak over there and get that one. And now that I think about it, I think there was one on the edge here as well. Yeah, there's a spot there. Just really trying to maximize this. We're early on in our career as a farmer here, and every dollar is definitely going to count, especially after spending so much cash like we did this morning. That should do it though. Very good. It's nice to do one that didn't, you know, go bad. We didn't have any problems. Very nice. Just got off the phone with Isaac, and he brought over some equipment for me to fertilize this field for him. take a look here. Isaac is planting oats this year. He's already got them planted, so he wants to get them fertilized. So we're going to do that for him. Shouldn't take too long. I haven't done this before. What is real nice is getting the ability to do these jobs for people and learn this equipment. My goodness, this sprayer or spreader is amazing. But getting to do these jobs for them and learn how to use this equipment before we buy it for our own and try some of this out really is helping me along this journey. And I hope we're doing this good enough job for him. Shouldn't take too long, just a couple passes really with how wide this spreader works. Wow, what a nice spreader. All right, I think we're just finishing up. There's a little spot here that I missed and I wanted to get it finished just to, you know, take care of this field for Isaac. I definitely think we're going to be keeping an eye on this field to become our own eventually. So let me get on the phone with him and let him know we're done. All right, we got $24,000 for that contract. Isaac's taking care of us. What a nice guy. So confused. That's a lot of money. What the heck? Good morning. I'm just checking my emails and the bank did approve the loan and construction has started. We're going to head on over here and see what's going on. Sure we don't get hit by any vehicles here. So this is the site for some of our productions in the future, and I wanted the sugar mill in the back kind of hidden because it's definitely going to be kind of a secondary production. We need it for, you know, developing goods that are going to turn into alcohol. So it's definitely not our main source of income. It's just creating a, you know, part of the recipe that goes into our yeast, and then the yeast will go into, you know, the wine and all the other alcohol we're going to make with the whiskey distillery as well. But you can see they got the concrete laid down, so hopefully in a few months this will be up and running, and maybe by the time we can harvest the sugar beets. Yeah, another thing that came in the email, we definitely do need lime on this field and the sugar beet field. So we're going to go ahead and head on over to the store and see if there's anything, you know, we could purchase for that. And hopefully it's not too expensive. Be nice if it could take care of lime and fertilizer for us. That would be nice. So it was definitely not in the budget to buy a line spreader yet or a fertilizer spreader. So we've rented this one right now to just use it for today. And I'm hoping this is the last time we have to do that. I am not a huge fan of using other people's equipment when we don't have to. And renting is definitely not something we're wanting to do. And I think we might take care of this whole field that we own if we have enough lime. So we'll do the grass field first, and then we'll head over to the sugar beet field and do that afterwards. And hopefully 4 bags is enough. All right, let's see how this goes. Go ahead and turn it on. Might have been a little early there. Yeah, good width here. Definitely makes this job real easy. And then I believe we'll need to fertilize this as well. And it's too bad we didn't see any grass growing. Which is a little concerning. All right, that didn't take too much. And what we'll do is in a few months' time, we'll take another sample and send it back to them, and they'll let us know how often we'll have to do that. And hopefully we don't have to use as much lime every time. But let's head on over to the sugar beets. And I'm a little concerned they haven't started sprouting yet. No germination at all. So we might want to look into that. Little concerning. Well, we decided to lime the entire thing, and I'm hoping these other 5 bags we bought are gonna be enough to get it done. If not, we'll live with a little bit. Oh, that's sad. That's okay though. That's a good amount of it. You know, we might not even plant anything there, but that'll do. And I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna call them and ask them to hold on to this one more day, so we can do fertilizer on both these fields as well next month. And the silage is ready. Exciting. A nice September morning. We're gonna go ahead and we already filled up the spreader. We're gonna take care of that first thing. Whoops, that's the wrong vehicle. In the New Holland. Let me see, our grass is finally growing. Go ahead and unfold this and let's take a look here. Yeah, looking good. Be a couple months yet until we can harvest it, but it's getting there. We should see a nice darker layer here. Very nice. So that'll get this grass field real prepped starting to regret the size of it at this point. It's pretty small, but it should be plenty to keep us getting some steady income coming in. Get our first look at our sugar beet coming in, and it looks like some weeds are growing here as well. But we'll get the fertilizer put down, and then we'll go from there. All right, well, the fertilization is done. All the crops and the soil should be in a really good shape now. Let's go over here and take a look here. Yeah, look at that soil, looking great. Or we should be pretty good when it comes to harvesting this. This should be good. The next thing we need to worry about is these weeds. And I am definitely going to be keeping an eye on the used market for a spreader like this. We're definitely going to be able to take advantage of that. The only thing left to do today is a few trips to sell silage. So we start loading this on up. And this pit isn't as big as last time, so it shouldn't take us very long. We'll get this all set up, and we'll report back how much money we made. Well, it's not the best time of year to be selling silage, but we're gonna go ahead and give it a go because we need money. We need to get a lot more equipment. We need to save up money so we can start building our vineyard. There's a lot to do, so we're constantly gonna have to try to turn over product into money. And man, the crops are starting to look good around town. I believe we found the location that we're going to be selling this month. We're getting $2,900 a load. Let's see what we get now while the prices are a little bit lower. $28.65. Not bad. We are here with our last load. Go ahead and find out where we're sitting. We're at 35,000 already, so we should be close to 38,000 when all said and done. It was a smaller load, but it should be good. 37,400 exactly. Wow, that's strange. Well, hello there. Welcome back to Whiskey RP. We've been busy cutting down some trees. We're planning a new production facility right in this area for another one of the flavors of whiskey we'll be making eventually, and that will be a maple. So we're going to need to plant some maple trees and extract the maple from them and turn it into maple syrup. So we're going to clear out the rest of these trees, get them sold, and then we will report back with our plans to get that production up and running. This tree in your guys' way? Oh, that's too bad. Stupids. Oh man, it's so nice to see the construction workers over there getting started on the building for the sugar factory. It's, yeah, that's going to be much needed. We got most of these cut down. I think that's all of them that we need to clear. Now it's time to get these all chopped up and put them on the trailer and take them in and sell them and see what kind of money we've made. Yeah, it's gonna be a long one. Well, it has been a busy day, and this is our final load to sell. Looks like we missed just a few. We'll talk to them again. Yeah, and they got us up to 60,000 for our balance here, which is pretty good because we got a lot of stuff still to buy. So cutting down those trees definitely helped. It cleared out the land, and we'll show you how it's looking when we get home. We tried to preserve as many spruce trees as possible because we want to take care of nature. You can see it's a beautiful view out here. And I don't want to take down all these trees, but we did want to clear this up. We got the tree nursery coming by later today to deliver our new maple trees and get that all prepped for us. Yeah, this production is going to be sweet. Well, they made quick work of that, installing all of this. Transplanting trees is no easy task, so they got that done for us, and it's all set up. Now we just got to get some water so we can keep these things alive, and that's part of the process here, is keeping them alive, getting the maple out, getting a nice mixture of syrup that we're going to want to create as an ingredient for our whiskey. Very exciting, but we got to purchase more stuff. Well, this seems like a trend. Another day, another trip to the dealership. This weeder we're definitely going to pick up. It's actually a hoe. We're going to pick this up so that we can take care of our field with the weeds. We're trying to limit the amount of chemicals that we put on our crops. We want our crops to be as natural as possible. Try to limit the herbicides and pesticides that we put on it. So we're going to try to take care of the weeds naturally ourselves. We'll try. We'll see. But that's why we're purchasing that. It's around $20,000. One of these tankers we're definitely going to need. I don't think these two bigger ones, I wanted to see them in person. I think this one's about 14,000. This one's about 12, but this one comes at 6,000. So between the two, we're looking at $26,000. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. I'll let them know. All right, we're all set. We just got to take things home, and I think what we'll do first is take the water tank home, and they're also working on installing a well for us so that we can use our own water to fill up the tank here and use it in multiple places. But we'll end up needing water more than just the maple plant long term, so that's why we're getting this and not just hooking the well directly up to the maple production. let's get this home and we'll figure out our water source there. We went ahead and had the well installed right here. So it's going to cost us a little bit of cash to fill this up, but hopefully not too much. So it cost us $500 to fill that up. And let's go ahead and get these tanks over here full and get the production up and running. All right, we're going to go ahead and leave the tanker there. We ended up having to do 3 full loads to get the production all set up, but we'll see in the next few days how that actually works out for us. Very exciting. Next, we need to go pick up that weeder or the hoe and take care of those weeds. We're all prepped here with the hoe, and hopefully this tractor can handle it. Let's get it a little closer, lower it down, and we'll see how this works. Hopefully it doesn't damage any of the crops. Oh wow. That's looking pretty amazing. Yeah, let's just bust this out and get this done. What a great implement. My goodness, this field looks great now. We're just finishing up. We got one little spot that we missed out there. Yeah, you can see it back there. We'll go get that in a second, but my goodness, this field's looking good. It should be all prepped now and just got to kind of wait for it to grow and get to the point where it's ready to be harvested. Let's go get that one little piece, and then I think that's all we can do today around the farm. Might be time to do a little bit more studying and learning, and yeah, and see what tomorrow brings. Well, I'm hoping very soon we can afford some more cover for these. We need a few more sheds. We need to keep expanding. Things are coming together nice, and I hope they're doing good over there in the construction site. We'll check on them tomorrow. Well, it's a fine morning today, and it's our first chance to cut the grass. It's all ready for us, so we're gonna get this taken care of. How are we doing lining up? Pretty nice. And again, this field's kind of small, so it shouldn't take very long. This will be a real nice way to end the year. You know, it's getting close to the holiday season, and we want to try to get a little bit of cash flow going into next year when those sugar beets are ready and to be harvested. So yeah, it looks like oh, hold on a second. I'm getting a phone call. Okay, so you need me to come to the mill right away? Yeah, I'm right across the street. Let me just shut the tractor off. I'll be right there. Well, apparently something went wrong at the construction site, and they're digging for putting in some pipes, and they struck some water table apparently. Yeah, that's all natural water right there. Oh boy. Well, after that somewhat bad news, we went ahead and finished the mowing and got all of that silage or the grass picked up and put into the silage pit. And I decided it's time to plant this field because with that bad news, there might be some more money that has to come out of pocket or extra loans to pay for some of that plumbing work and get that area all prepped for our new production buildings. So I think it's time to start getting more crops in here, and we're going to do some soybeans to begin with here. And I believe from what I was reading that this will naturally fertilize the ground for us for when we do our next crop. And from what I understand, it's a pretty profitable crop. So we'll get that going, and we have to get a harvester by the time it is ready to harvest. So that'll be, you know, good progression for us, and hopefully this large field here where we do the rest of that in will be a good amount of money to help us with all the other equipment we need. So, you know, a little nervous about that. We'll have to find out what their plan is, if we need to find a new site for our buildings or if there's just a little bit more work that needs to go into it. I'm still waiting to hear back from the main contractor over there, but we're going to get this work done to keep our minds off of that for a little bit. I cannot be happier with this purchase of this New Holland and this case seeder. It's amazing. We're getting this stuff done very fast. We got plenty of soybeans planted here. Yeah, it was nice to get our minds off of the construction issue there. We're hoping to hear back from them soon on what the plan is. I hope it's just a delay and doesn't cost us too much more money, but it's pretty unfortunate. But we're done with this, so not everything's looking gloom and doom. We'll let this sit for, a month or two, and we will fertilize it again and de-weed it as well, as I would assume. Once we stimulate growth on that land, it's going to cause weeds to grow. So let's get this put away. Welcome back to Whiskey RP. It's been a few months since we've been together. We had enjoyed the winter. We went home, visited family, came back, and we are dealing with now our inventory of maple syrup. So you guys see we have 12 pallets here. The only other thing that you really missed while we were on vacation there is we harvested the grass field twice. The one time we did that last episode, and we've turned that in for money. That's why we're at $32,000. And we have another pit here, tiny pit. It's not really full, but it's ready. It's fermented. It's ready to be sold. So we'll be doing that today, as well as taking care of Isaac's field one more time for him. His oats are ready to be harvested. That's the first thing we're going to do because the sugar beets are ready to be harvested. We need to remove the foliage first, and then we can pull these sugar beets out of the ground. We're going to have to visit the store and get some equipment. That's a big investment that we're going to have to start with. I think it's going to be around $60,000, and we only have $32,000. So we got to get some of these things sold, figure it out. Maybe it'll be a little less than 60. We'll see. But let's get this harvest started. This Case IH 9250 harvester. Gonna be fun to use this. Look at the size of this header. Let's go ahead and get it lowered. We'll get it turned on. And hopefully this harvest doesn't take too long. We'll have another employee of Isaac's helping us fill up the trailer back there. And we'll get that full and sold to the right location. And it shouldn't take long. We've done this before. This field is not that large, especially with this type of equipment. Shouldn't take us too much time. And we'll see you on the other side. Hello, Isaac.
Hey, Chris, how's the harvest going?
Yeah, we're done with the harvest. It went really good.
That's good to hear.
Where exactly did you want us to drop this off at?
The grain mill up north.
The grain mill, okay.
Thanks again. They know you are coming. Just let them know Isaac sent you.
I will do that. Well, once again, Isaac came in clutch. Got almost enough money for what we need to purchase already. So we'll get the silage sold. We'll possibly sell some of the maple syrup as well. And we'll make sure Isaac knows we want to keep taking care of his field for him in the future. All right, the bunker is empty. We got 11,000 more liters to sell. We've already sold 2 trips, and we got $14,000, so that's looking up. We're definitely going to have enough money to buy that equipment, and we'll get this sold and see where we're at. All right, we are here. Let's see what our final little tally is for the day. Another 6,200. We're at $80,000, so we'll get this equipment home, and then we'll take a trip to the store, and we'll get that harvesting equipment so we can finally harvest our sugar beets. Okay, we got 3 pieces of equipment here that we're going to buy. We're getting them loaded up first. We're only going to be able to take 2. We'll come get this with a trailer later. From what I understand, one of these will take the foliage off of the crop so that we can then use the other one to pull the sugar beets out of the ground. And then this thing will be used to pick them up off the ground and put them in a wagon for us. So we'll go ahead and get this paid for. All right, all set. It was just over $60,000. So we'll get this home and hopefully our equipment can handle it. We'll find out soon. We've made it over to the field and I'm really excited to see how this is going to work. I think the first thing we're going to do is a pass right here to give us some room on the headland here. Let's go ahead and get that turned on and hopefully this is the right thing. That seems to be doing it. It seems to be making a mess. Let's get as close as we can here without messing up the soybeans. That should be good right there. Very nice. You can see the foliage is gone, and now we just have the sugar beet there in the ground. So yeah, we'll get all this tops removed, and then we'll go from there, and we'll see how good this harvest is for our first crop. Well, this tractor combo seems to be really good for this process, and we're just about done, and we'll be able to start pulling the sugar beets out soon. Didn't take too long. We just missed this row when we were doing that, so we'll go get that finished and switch out equipment and go from there. And we'll see. I hope we're doing this right. Seems like we are. It's just a little bit farther, and then we'll take a peek here. Let's hop on out. Oh, lovely. Look at that. Perfect. All right, so we'll do this first headland a few times, just like we did with the foliage, so we have room to turn around when we go back and forth. And boy, oh boy, this might be a good yield. We'll see, though. It's looking good. Well, here we are with our first full load. Gonna drop this off at our new sugar factory. So we got a call from them early in the winter, and they got the water issue all fixed up. And it turns out we did have some insurance that covered that. It was the construction company's fault. They did dig a little bit lower than they were required to. So they got it all figured out and fixed up on their own. So we'll go see that right now. And there's our first glimpse at it. We'll go ahead and go to the main entrance. There's still some extra details that are going to be added to this area before it's done, when it's our full-fledged production area. It's just a start. A lot more construction going to be required in this area, but let's go ahead and get these dropped off, and we can get our sugar production activated so we can start making sugar, one of the first ingredients for our yeast. Well, we're at the sugar mill dropping off our last load. Let's go ahead and get that tipped. You can see there's 6,200 left. And overall, you can see we have over 200,000 liters of sugar beets being processed in the sugar mill. Ooh, that was a grind. Once we start producing sugar, we're going to make a decision to sell some of it and store a good amount of it for the yeast production. But we got to keep making money because there's a lot more equipment we need and a lot more buildings. Yeah, the grind is just starting. Hello?
Hi there. I saw your ad for maple syrup. Do you still have a few pallets available?
Yes, I still have some pallets available of the maple syrup.
Great. I'd like to place an order for 4 pallets.
Oh, awesome. I will get those shipped over. I'll go ahead and collect your information here, and we'll get them sent over to you.
Thanks. I'm looking forward to it. Nice doing business with you.
You as well. Thanks for calling. Well, that's beyond exciting. We got our first order. Don't want to get hit by a car here. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, that was close. But yeah, we're going to take this over to the shipping department here, where we're going to prep these packages and get them shipped out to our first customer. Just got to get a couple more collected over here, and then we will submit for payment. All right, let's get these already over here. Ones, and we'll just try to, send them on over to the department that's going to ship them for us. And they've let us know that the profit's going to be $49.47. Great. Looking forward to hearing back from that customer to see what they thought about that product. Our first sale. That's exciting. Welcome back to Whiskey RP. Today we're going to get to sell some of our goods. We've made a deal with a local business in town, a diner. They're going to buy our sugar for now. We can't do anything else with it besides store it, so we might as well make some money off of it. We need a lot of money. We need to buy a harvester so we can harvest our soybeans, and we need to get enough money so we can buy a yeast production plant and get that built here, as well as start planting our vineyard. I think we're close. He said, let's just make sure we don't hit anybody, to drive past the diner. So there's the diner up the hill, and he has a location to drop them off. So first load was 25,000, and the second load we got another 16. We're sitting at 58,000. Let's go look at our orders for the maple syrup. After that, we can make some financial decisions on how much we can spend on a harvester and make sure we have the other equipment we need for replanting and taking care of these fields. So earlier today, I went ahead and was organizing it as orders came in, and we have sold out for now. They have 5 pallets in this order, 3 in that one, and 5 in this one. So we're going to sell 13 of them today, and that's all our capacity. So we will get that figured out. We're sitting at 77,000, so we got a little bit of a decision to make here. We're going to get a hold of the dealership and see what they have available for us. Well, just negotiated with them and got it down to 66,000 pretty much for this. It's a used Case IH harvester here, the 2388 axle flow, and we got the header as well, the Case IH header here. should be good. Let's go ahead and take this home and get prepped. We'll have to make sure we got everything all set up on this correctly since it'll be the first time using this. And we should be able to harvest our soybeans. Now that I'm over here and seeing this, it's very unfortunate. We forgot to take care of the weeds. So we're definitely gonna see a little bit of an issue with that. Let's see how this is working here. Got it all turned on. Let's go ahead and go forward a little bit. And let's make sure, I'll come down here. Actually, let me shut that off so I don't end up hurting myself there. Go ahead and lower it back down though. We'll see the height here if it looks good. That adjusted just a little bit. Yeah, that should do the trick. Let's get it turned back on. All right, and let's see how our first harvest of soybeans is going to go here. And we have no use for these in our business plan other than just making a little bit of cash. So let's make quick work of this, get our trailer prepped after a little bit, and get this done. Well, we got our first hopper full going into the trailer, and I'm a little concerned at how slow this is going. I might need to call Isaac and see if he can send over one of his employees to help. Let's do that. Hey Isaac, how you doing today?
Hey Chris, how's it going?
Working on harvesting my soybeans for the first time, and it's a little struggle by myself. I was wondering if I could use one of your workers and pay them for the day to help me out.
Let me see what I can do. Give me a few minutes to see who's available to help.
Awesome. Yeah, send him on over. I'll get him. I'll make sure he's taken care of today. Well, that's awesome. Isaac's definitely helping us out. We'll get going here, and hopefully our help will show up soon. And I'll have them probably just man the trailer for us while I do the harvest. Well, Isaac sent over his helper. He's helping out harvest right now. We're going to take the first load and sell it. We don't have no reason to keep it, so we're going to get rid of it now. Like we mentioned earlier, we need a lot of cash. So let's take this on over and keep on keeping on. All right, here we are. The diner needs the soybeans as well, so it's nice to do business with the same place. Looks like we're going to get a ridiculous $78,000 per load. My goodness, that was surprising. It's going to be a good day. And our second load here, we're hoping to get close to a third one. I don't think we'll get a full third load. We're not going to be too greedy though, because this is paying us so well. I think we might always plant soybeans just for the extra money. Oh, yeah. Just finished filling up the trailer. We did get the third load, and we have 107 liters left. I think I'm going to drop these 170 liters. I think we'll just drop these in the silo. No reason to drive all the way back. Next harvest, we can take care of it then. But yeah, we'll get this dropped off. We'll get to the sell point and get another $74,000. This is insane. Gonna help a ton. Sitting at $246,000. We have some decisions to make, big ones. We might want to pay off our debt, but I think I need to do a little inventory of what equipment we're going to need for the next year. Get that purchased and see about, we might have enough money to start working on the vineyard. That would be very exciting. Well, we've gone on a little bit of a shopping spree. This cost us $100,000 for this new wrapper here, baler wrapper. This is going to be exciting to use. We're upgrading our windrower. We got the Amazon spreader for lime and fertilizer and a nice cultivator. So we'll have to get our tractor over here to slowly take everything home. And we're also going to pay off our entire debt. And I take it back. We're going to pay off half our debt. There we go. We're sitting at $52,000 left still. And I think what we're going to do now that we have this extra equipment that'll help us with silage, we're going to recut the future vineyard again and make some money off of that. So I'm going to get the tractor going and we'll get rolling with that, as well as probably cultivating the existing field. Oh man, using this new equipment is making life so much easier, getting these tasks done so much faster. We got the other field done already and wrapped. We'll show a little bit of that process here in a bit. A little bit of baling and wrapping here. Small field works good, but we'll see. We got a lot. We got a lot of bales from the other field, so it's not that bad of a process for us. I think it's definitely going to help us financially, get us to that next level, get us to where we can start getting our vineyard going. Definitely need to get moving on that. Probably within next month we'll have the sugar mill paid off. That's what I'm hoping, at least. We're going to get these all wrapped up, and then we're going to take a nap and get back at it in June and probably get a new field planted. Got to cultivate. We got a lot of work to do around the farm. Well, hello, everyone. Welcome back to Whiskey RP. Today we're going to use our cultivator that we bought. We're going to head on over to the field where we had the sugar beets and the soybeans, and we're going to get that all cultivated up so that we can plant another crop. Still haven't decided what we're going to do in there, but we need to make sure we're making money because we got some things to talk about later on. But yeah, this will take a little bit of time. Not the biggest cultivator for this large of a field. We already delivered our sugar for the month to Hoot's place, so we got that all taken care of over there. And now it's time to just, work on the farm. So the next thing we're going to do is plant the fields, but I wanted to show you a little bit of work that we did. We made a little bit of a road. It was a little rough of a grind. It cost a little bit of cash, but it looked pretty good. We'll see it a little bit better as we're using the seeders and the planter later on today, but I definitely wanted to add that in there as a nice cut across to the store and separate this field into two since we're going to be using at least 2 crops in it moving forward. And we're going to go big. We're going to go with the sugar beets in this field to make us even more money and rotate what we put in the other field. The soybeans were very nice to get us a jump start, but I think we might start producing barley just to start getting a stockpile of it for our whiskey. So we'll get the sugar beets planted. We definitely want this for a nice source of income, as well as it's going to be an ingredient for that yeast plant when we get that very soon. So we'll get this planted and we'll get going. Well, we just got finished planting the sugar beets. It's looking really good. And I was wanting to take a look at what Isaac was doing. We did, want to look into potentially buying this field. Black beans this year, huh? Those look nice. Taking care of this field nice. We haven't helped him at all this cycle. A little disappointed we didn't hear from him for an offer for a contract, but, that's okay. We got our own stuff going on. I think it's time to get the seeder and get going on the rest of that field and get it planted. But we took a nice lunch break there before planting because, needed to get a little bit of time to do our own stuff and make sure we're refreshed after all that hard work. Oh, look, phone's ringing. 1 second. Hello?
Hey, Chris, it's Ken.
Hi, Ken. How's it going?
Well, I have some good news. Your grant was approved. You just need to finalize the paperwork.
Oh, so they did approve it. Okay. Both?
So to get the new loan, you first need to pay off the sugar mill, then it's yours.
But we need some money. Okay.
Just save up until you have that paid off.
Thank you so much for helping out with that.
No problem. I can't wait to sample some of that whiskey.
Absolutely. Have a good day. Well, interesting development there. Okay, so after we finished our online course that we were taking, we mentioned a while back, we found out about grants and loans, the agricultural grants and the agricultural loans that they have in town in this state of Montana. And the fact that we're a startup farm that is very newly established and we've started to show proof of income that we can sustain ourselves, we've qualified for both a grant, a small $50,000 grant, as well as a $200,000 loan. The loan has yearly installment payments. We'll find out more detail on that when we sign the paperwork, but we only have to pay it once a year for a 10-year term. So it gives us a good amount of time to pay it back, but my goal will absolutely be to pay that off as fast as possible. So that's going to definitely help $250,000 to really help us get established with the vineyard. And I think that's what we'll put all of that money towards. Maybe a couple sheds or so to extend the farm, because we're running out of storage right now. In desperate need of that. It's very exciting. The stipulation that you probably heard in the phone call was that we do have to pay off that $40,000 loan before we can get the new loan. The grant we can get right away. We'll just have to finish the paperwork for that or sign the paperwork. But the rest of it is definitely going to become in handy. We're not going to make as much money off of the beans on this because it's a smaller field, but it'll definitely still help. The sugar beets are going to help. Oh man, excited. This is going to speed up our progress. Yeah, let's bust this out. Looking good. This field is planted. Some more soybeans. Gonna be really profitable, I think. I think we're gonna check on our silage next. See if that's ready. It would be real nice if we're able to sell that today. Pay off that loan. We're just short of paying off the loan. We owe $40,000 still. And I actually should call them and find out what the difference is in interest as well. Wasn't too long of a loan, so I'm hoping it's only a couple, maybe $1,000, maybe $1,500 extra dollars for the interest. Yeah, we'll find out though. Well, the silage is ready. We got it all loaded up, and man, we need to wash this truck. Maybe if we have a little bit extra money, we can get a little pressure washer for that. Yeah, oh, nice. We get to take our new road. Look at this. Can't wait for the grass to start growing back in over here so it looks more established and more natural. Very nice. But see, this nice little cut across here gets us real quick into town for where we do most of our business. Let's go get this sold. We should definitely have enough to pay off the rest of the building and get the grant and new loan established. As long as we don't cause a new lawsuit with wrecking the truck. 91,000 liters. This should be pretty good here. And we got quite a bit left at home to sell. Let's see. Nice $50,000 payday. Definitely going to get us out of that debt. All right, here we are with that second load. 70,000 liters left, so it'll be a good amount of money as well. Not as big as that first one, but should be pretty good money. Yeah, just about 40,000. Let's get home, get on the phone with the loan department, and get this all settled. Just got off with the loan department, and it was $3,000 in interest, so we are sitting at $43,000 to pay off that loan, and that's all established. So now let me get a hold of the grant. I'll get that submitted online here, and we'll go from there for our next steps. Well, they were able to wire the money real fast for that grant. That is sweet. Now that we have that loan paid off as well, we can also get the new loan established. And let me find out the payments on that first before we make that decision. All right, we went ahead and settled on it. We decided to go ahead with the loan. It was 7.5 interest for 10 years with annual payments. So next June we will owe just under $30,000. It's $29,137 is the payment. But we'll see as much as we can pay off with that. I think some of the things we're going to do with this money is, yeah, reestablish this area here, expand a little bit on the farmyard. But I think it's time to get our first vineyards going. Very exciting. So the grapes are growing. We'll have to figure out exactly how to maintain these and all the equipment we're going to need. Fertilization is going to be a big thing. Yeah, I don't know much about this. It's going to be time to learn and read. But it's getting established here. We got a little bit of money for equipment. Hopefully we get more money coming in before we need all the equipment, because this costs a little more than I anticipated. We might have overdone it. We might have overdone it. Oh, hi there. Welcome back to Whiskey RP. We are picking up our equipment for the grapes for our vineyard. Let's take a look at what we got. We ended up getting a nice bundled deal. We got a little bit I think it was about 10% off because of this. We got the pruner that's going to take care of the grapes. And here we have the Akrama. I think I'm saying that right. I could be saying it wrong. Please correct me and let me know. We have the subsoiler and the mulcher from that brand, as well as this DeHughes.
He can't read.
Fertilizer. So it's going to be great. I think our little John Deere can take care of this and handle all this equipment. If not, they do have a special tractor that we could order from them that's not too expensive. I think it was about $35,000. Well, let's get on home. We've done some chores this morning already. We got all of our sugar delivered to Hoot's place. Oh, we could take our new road back. And we also had our new shed delivered. It cost us $10,000. Let's go take a look at that. Here's a first look at it. I think it's good. We're going to do some rearranging long term, but I just needed to get some cover for our equipment. And hopefully we'll be able to find enough locations for this stuff. We'll see. Let's get this unstrapped. We'll get the John Deere prepped. And we're going to try out the mulcher, and hopefully the John Deere can pull it and has enough power. Well, it attached fine back here. Let's go ahead and head on over and see if it's going to work as well, if we have enough power for it. That was my big concern. Engine oil. Might need to do some maintenance on this soon. I think we'll start with one of these outside rows. I think we're good there. Let's, I don't know, let's see, we'll push that down there. Oh, that made some nice sound. Pull forward a little bit like we always do the first time using equipment. So my concern now is this tractor gonna work? I don't think it's going to. I think the wheels are too wide. I think it is just a little too wide. Let's go ahead and raise it up. And even though we can fit between the rows, let's go ahead and lower it. But I just don't think we're gonna be able to get close enough. And this mulcher, oh, is it even gonna do a good enough job? I'm not sure. So I think for now we're gonna live with this tractor as we're finishing up the last row here. The reality is we don't really have a ton of money to just spend on upgrades and testing out, and I'm kind of just following a little walkthrough I found online on how to take care of my vineyard here, and I feel like this is what they did, and it should give us more yield. It's taking, you know, what we're doing right now is we're removing some of the vegetation so that the crop itself, the vines themselves, get all the nutrition that we're about to put in when we fertilize. We don't want this other vegetation down here, this grass growing and these flowers to take away from that. It just doesn't seem wide enough. But it's our first time.
I don't know what I'm doing.
We'll learn from it. We'll pay attention to our numbers and we'll compare it. Maybe next year we'll do a better job, and maybe we'll get a consultant in to help us understand what we're doing. Oh, we didn't finish this row. Let's go ahead and take care of that too. While I was mulching, I got a phone call from someone in town, and they are interested in buying this low loader that we have here.
I'll take it.
So we're gonna go ahead and get that hooked up and deliver it for them. They offered us $3,000. So exciting. I think this is the right place. Jump out of here and go ask them if they were the people that called. I thought it was a house, but this looks like a factory. Well, that sure was the right place. We're gonna get this all parked, put nicely for them, and get headed home. Now that that's sold, hopefully someone calls about this forage wagon soon. Starting to do the fertilization here, and I think we're at good doing every other row. And this, you know, this is looking good. It's hitting both sides, so we'll have to take a look later on, and a month or two from now, we will spray it again, and we should be good for the harvest. And at that point, we'll have to figure out what equipment we're gonna buy. Just finishing up the last row here. I'm hoping this is good. We'll see, though. And this is the last thing we really got to do today, so it's a little early, but not much to do on the farm. We could look for a contract for extra money, but it might be best to just catch up on some sleep, some relaxation. It's another fine morning here in Montana, and we're getting a little bit of weeding done today. This will be the main thing that we have to do today. We got everything fertilized. Everything's ready to go. We just wanted to take care of these weeds before they got too bad. We'll do both fields, and then we'll check on our vineyard. I don't think there's anything for us to do except for kind of wait. And I think maybe we will look at contracts this month. Well, we got it all taken care of and weeded. We had a little issue, so I got in contact with Ken and leased out one of his employees to come spray the soybeans. We waited too long to use the weeder or the hoe, so we had to get that sprayed. Unfortunately, I didn't want to use herbicide, and we had a little accident over here. The worker that came over from Ken's farm sprayed a little bit on this field, so we're unable to get rid of those weeds, and they're gone, but our beautiful sugar beets were corrupted with herbicide.
Poison. Poison. Poison.
And so were our soybeans, which we were trying to avoid, but lesson learned to take care of our fields a little bit better. so that we don't have to make those mistakes. But we do owe Hoot's Place a delivery of sugar. Oh, farm's looking good. It's growing. Cannot wait to move out of the trailer, though, and start using that as just recreational again. It's a cozy little house, but I would like a real one. Let's head on over to Hoot's Place. Give them our delivery for the month, 11,000 liters. And here we are. Let's see what we got this month. 17,000. This sugar is really keeping the farm alive and will definitely... That's a bush. Will definitely take care of our debts for us and keep us making money and in the green. Again, only 29,000 we have to save by next June, but that 20,000 would be nice to just... or 200,000 would be nice to just get rid of. Well, maple syrup orders have been a little slow lately. We did get one in. We're gonna go over and drop that off. Looks clear. Here we are at our distribution center. Go ahead and get that dropped off here. Whoop, whoop. We go about $1,000 extra, and I wanted to, while we're over here, take a little drive down this road and show you the latest developments in our production facility here. See, we just left the store and our distribution center for the maple syrup, and here we have our sugar mill. And you can see there's a nice little concrete pad here. Let's get on over here and get parked so we can show you. So yeah, here is where the yeast facility is gonna go. Our production plant to create yeast, one of the first main ingredients that we're gonna need to make whiskey. Looking good. Hopefully in the next few months they can pick up construction and get this all done for us. It's gonna cost us 50 grand. Right now we have a nice agreement with them to pay them after it's ready instead of paying up front, which is really nice. So we'll get that 50 grand for them. So we definitely have that in mind to keep that saved so that we don't overspend. So we got 50 grand. So really we're sitting at like $98,000 right now. We got to get some more income somehow to get that harvester for the grapes. Well, fall is in the air. It's September. We're cutting the grass again, get a little bit of silage going just to keep some steady income coming in. And I think I'm really impressed with this farm we've set up. It's definitely succeeding so far, and I was a little worried, you know, about the loan, taking that on, but I think the last few months has really showed us that saving up for that payment's not going to be that stressful. Worst case scenario, we lose a little bit of money in interest over the years of paying it off, but I think it's going to be good. I think we'll be fine. I'm looking forward to harvesting the grapes and trying to make enough income. Hopefully we're able to sell the soybeans before the grapes are ready to be harvested, and we'll just have to keep inspecting those throughout the months and see how they're coming along and figure out when we're ready, because we don't know really. It's our first time growing grapes, and you know, the books tell us one thing, but weather kind of dictates sometimes how things grow and when they're ready to be harvested. And you know, sometimes the weather might cause the crops to completely fail. So
why do I feel like you're hinting at something?
You know, nature is part of this whole deal, so we can take care of it though. We got to fertilize it one more time. We'll get that prepped and ready, and it's exciting. Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to Whiskey RP. Today we are doing another contract for Isaac. This one's going to be a little different. It's going to be the last time we're doing a contract for him, and it's our first time ever harvesting black beans, which will be interesting to see how the yield is on this field. And why am I so interested in this field, and why is it the last time? Well, Isaac's retiring. This field's been in his family forever. He does not have any interest in selling it. He's still waiting for his kids to decide if they're going to take over farming. But while that happens, we're going to lease it from him. And since he gets a nice return in that by us maintaining the field while his plans get decided, leasing is not too expensive. It's going to be about $5,000 a year. Might be a little high for other things, but it seems like a good deal for me. We'll definitely make more than $5,000 profit from this field. Afterwards, I'm guessing it'll be a great deal for us, and eventually maybe his kids will decide, you know, they don't want to have anything to do with farming, and Isaac will then, you know, say, hey, you can have it. No, not have it, but he'll sell it to us, which would be ideal with, you know, how close it is to our property and everything. And then This field next to us is owned by a different family, which I would like to approach long term as well as we keep expanding our farm. I would personally like to expand this direction and not that direction, but you know, gonna have to name our price on some of these fields. We might have to pay above market value to talk these existing farmers out of their property. Well, that being said, we'll get this contract done. It'll help us out a little bit more, getting closer to being able to purchase the harvester for our grapevines. And in another month or two, we should have some fields to harvest as well. So it's getting exciting around the farm. Real talk here for a second. Let me know what you think about that leasing price. I am willing to adjust it and go with a higher value or even a lower value if you deem it necessary, if we get some comments about that. I personally have a little bit of property that we lease out to a farmer here locally. He pays us $400 a year for it. Very low, but from my research and what I did, it is the going rate. We're not getting ripped off in our area. I'm not 100% sure how leasing works in Montana. Didn't do any research on that. But let me know what you think. We could adjust it. But as of now, we're going to go with $5,000. The harvest is all finished. We got a little over 45,000 liters to deliver. It's going to be exciting to see how Isaac takes care of us on this. And then after that, we're going to finalize that lease with him. Okay. Moment of truth. Get these turned in for Isaac. Nice extra almost $10,000 for us. We're gonna get this equipment back over to Isaac's place and then have a nice conversation with him about the lease. Well, we got another $8,000 from that contract. Was pretty nice, and we did settle on $5,000 for the first year. So next year on September, we'll have to pay him another $5,000, and let me actually send him that money right now. We'll wire it over to him. All right, we're all set, and it's time to prep this. I think we definitely will be doing barley in this, and Isaac's really taking care of this. It doesn't need lime. I had a conversation with him, so we could cultivate it. Plow it might be good, but I think we will just cultivate it because it's a good-sized field, and we're still not sure about the wheat or the barley process. So this will be a good opportunity to get started on that so we can start stockpiling that for when we have our whiskey factory. We're starting to get it cultivated up. There's not much else we can do on the farm. I think we will spend the rest of the day getting this cultivated, and then we will be planting the barley. I do need to check on the computer and see if we had any orders of the maple syrup come in, because we might be able to take care of that. I'm hoping we get a few more. And I constantly am checking the used market to see if a harvester has come in. Nothing yet for the grapes. I was hoping to be able to get a used one, but that's not looking promising at the moment. Oh man, this field's looking nice. Time to get the seeder out and ready to go. Oh, so pretty. So ready to get this barley going. First time for everything, and it's our first time to plant barley. Really excited about this. This is a huge milestone for the whiskey distillery. We're gonna have to look into the budget of that plant next after the yeast plant's built. Hoping we hear from them, gosh, in October or November, get that going. But we're looking hot. We're looking good. We got almost $180,000. Still got to check on our maple sales, see if we got some of those this month. But I wanted to get this planted and ready. Next month we'll have to do some more fertilizer on it and some weed treatment. But we should be pretty solid here. Just filling up the seeds again. We ran out already. Great progress happening. I'm so excited about finally planting barley. Boy, oh boy, does that field look good. Very exciting. Let's check on the maple syrup sales. Just finishing loading up. We have 2 pallets left to our name, but the rest were purchased, so we'll get them delivered and see where we're sitting financially. We're getting close to being able to purchase that grape harvester. All right, it's all loaded up. We got just over 2,000 liters. We're gonna get it dropped off at the distribution plant here, or the distribution center. After selling all the syrup, we are sitting at $188,000, almost 189. It is October, early in the morning. There's not a lot to do. We will take a look at the barley in a little bit. We might need to fertilize it and weed it. I just need to double check that. And then right now we're trying to sell the silage. We have 38,000 liters. It's a smaller load than we did last time because we didn't cut the field by the vineyard. But it should be pretty good. I keep spacing the yeast factory, so we still need another 50,000 plus about another 80,000 to our name to get the equipment we need, as well as get that building completely paid for. Since we already have that outstanding loan, we're not going to be able to take out another construction loan until that one's paid off. That's what the bank told us. Credit's not good enough yet, but we'll get there. Almost $22,000 in bales. Not bad. That puts us at the dollar amount for the grape harvester. But again, that yeast plant's going to be just as important. So we need a little bit more cash. Well, that didn't take too much time. Just the weeds to take care of next month. And the fertilization's looking great. So that's pretty set for the barley field. I'm excited. I can't wait. I cannot wait. And I've been keeping my eye on the used market for a grape harvester, and I think we're gonna have to pay a delivery fee because there's nothing close by, and it still would be cheaper to get a used one. But we're gonna keep our eye on that until pretty much the last minute when we need to harvest that. So we don't want to buy it too soon, just in case something else pops up. And we got a nice order for the maple syrup, so we're gonna deliver that. Another 4 pallets were ordered. I think the word on the street is starting to get out there about our amazing maple syrup, so looking awesome there. After processing those, we're sitting at 236,000, still a little short. Boy, it's been a busy few months. We got this exciting new field going with our barley. Let's go ahead and park right here. We got our grapes that are getting close to being able to be harvested, as well as our soybeans and our sugar beets. Things are getting real busy. Hello. Welcome back to Whiskey RP. We are just doing some of our chores to start the morning. Today is the day the grapes are ready. We'll get over there and take a look at that here in just a second. I have a call out waiting to hear back from a gentleman out of town. It's going to be about a 3-hour drive there and back, with a lunch break or, a couple stops here and there to use the restroom. It's probably going to take about 4.5 hours to go get the equipment picked up. Hopefully we'll have enough time to still harvest, because I don't want those grapes to go bad. I'm really stressed about that. I want to see how it's going to turn out. But yeah, let's go take a look. Here's our first look. Look at those grapes. Oh yeah, let me sample one here. Oh man.
Oh, that's delicious.
Can't wait to make wine out of this too eventually. So many options, so many opportunities. While we're waiting for that phone call, I got the New Holland all prepped for weeding over here. We're gonna go ahead and we got the weeder out, and we're gonna take care of the weeds here in the barley field. And that should be about the only other chore that we have around the farm to take care of today. So we got most of this day dedicated to harvesting the grapes. We could cut some grass if we don't hear in time. Worst case scenario, we got enough money to buy this equipment new. I just don't want to. The main reason is we also need a trailer, and the deal that I found online for this used one was pretty good. I want to take advantage of that, so hopefully in a few we'll get a phone call and hear from him. If not, it's gonna be a sad day. Hello?
Is this Chris?
Hi, how you doing?
I'm good. You were interested in buying my grape harvester?
So you still have that available, yeah. So, yeah, the grape harvester and the grape trailer.
Yepers.
Great. I could be there in about an hour and a half.
I'll be here. You have your own trailer to pull them with, correct?
Yep, that would work. And it's 200,000 for all of it, right?
Yes, that's as low as I can go.
Perfect. We can do that. I will see you. Yeah, give me maybe 2 hours and I'll be there. And you have my phone number, so could you text me the address so I don't get lost?
I will do that.
I'll see you in a few. Well, that's exciting. That was a little stressful to drive, and most of our money's gone because we did have to make payment for the factory that was delivered. The yeast factory is all set up and prepped, and we're going to stop here first and take a little peek at that. Very nice. Yeast laboratory. Not bad. Can't wait to get this filled up with some sugar and some grapes and produce some yeast, and then it's whiskey time. Let's get back in the truck. Let's get home. We need to get this harvest going before this rain gets here in the next few hours. I will meet you at the vineyard. Well, we got it all set up. I think we'll put the truck here with the trailer. Not really sure. We're going to learn as we go, but we're definitely hoping we get more than a full load here so that we can utilize that trailer. Let's go ahead and hop in here. Turn it on. It's got a few hours on it. It is pretty used. tried to talk him down a little cheaper, but it was a rough go with that conversation. He was really set at that price, and I think, we saved about $100,000, so it was about 60 or 30% off if we bought new. So I think we'll take that. Let's get this all opened up and ready to roll. And yep, let's hop in here. We'll go ahead and pull forward. And what are you serious? Where are my grapes? This isn't good. We were gone for about 4 hours. All of these vines were full of grapes. I don't know what to do. This is terrible. What? I guess I call the... I need some time. I need some time. Well, I just got off the phone with the police, and there isn't much that they're going to be able to help us with. This is devastating. We just spent $200,000 on this machine, which I guess we left running in our distress there, that we're not going to be able to use for, gosh, another year. This sets us back an entire year. So they're out the lookout, like they're asking around, they're doing their investigations. They're gonna try to find out see if they can find who stole it, but it's not promising. So we got to keep pressing on, though. I think what we'll do is we'll finish that weeding, and then potentially, because I was really devastating to our plans. Some lost income. Well, it looks like we have a good spot for this over here. But, yeah, that's not ideal. Yeah, that fits in there nice. So yeah, now I'm stressing about the 29,000 in September. But there's no time to waste here. We gotta keep pressing on with work around the farm, and let's get these crops going. This barley, I guess we either sell it this year or we just kind of, I don't know. Oh, yeah, let me get some of this done and collect my thoughts. Well, just cleaning up some spots that we missed here. I had a good amount of time there to really think about things. And I'm not as far as saying it's a good thing that happened, but it is definitely not a good thing. Sugar cane. That doesn't help us. I'm getting distracted, and we have no money. I was thinking, man, what if we bought that land? But we don't have money for that. So I think what we're gonna do is every little spot of grass that's ready to be harvested, which does not include this field. We're not gonna cut that yet. We're gonna let that grow a little bit more. But we're gonna cut a lot of it, and all of this right through here, technically, since we're leasing, we should cut all that. The other fields by the vineyard, we'll cut all that. Oh man, the depression's gonna be there for a while. Gotta find a new home for this. Let's put it in the original shed here. I'm a little bit worried if we're even gonna be able to expand the vineyard. Oh man, what a stressful day. We get this equipment out of the way, and then we'll get to mowing. Oh, I'm in no mood to put things away. Those are going right there for now. Aye. All right, let's get to mowing. This seems to calm me down more often than not. So we'll start right here. Lower it on down. Get cutting, and this has been growing for a while, so hopefully this will be a good return financially. Get as close as we think we can to this fence. Again, we're gonna really trying to maximize some money here, so yeah. And even if it rains, we'll let it dry. We'll get it windrowed tomorrow and baled. Yeah, let's bust this out and try not to be too depressed. Well, the rain has arrived, and I think that's about as much mowing as we can do. We'll let this dry tomorrow. It doesn't seem like there's any rain in the forecast after tonight. I might have to let it dry another day or two after that before we wrap it up. Oh man, the depression's gonna be there for a little bit. It's sad times. Not much is gonna help that, but yeah, we'll see. It's coming down pretty good. Oh, phone's ringing. Hello?
Hi, is this Chris?
Hi, how's it going?
Do you still have that forage wagon?
Oh yeah, the forage wagon? Yes, it is still for sale.
We've been looking for one. This is perfect. Can we swing by and check it out?
Absolutely, yeah. You want to come by and pick it up?
Yes, we can be there in a few minutes.
Yeah, that works for me.
Great, I'm so excited.
All right, I'll see you in a few. Well, that's exciting. Not a lot of money. We're gonna sell that for about $1,500, but that lightens the mood a little bit. Makes me a little bit happier after spending $200,000 on this bad boy. We're sitting at $6,000. We got a little bit more sugar to sell to Hoot's Place next month. After that, I think we're out until we can harvest the sugar beets again. But we're gonna get this put away under storage so it doesn't get ruined in this rain. Yeah, we'll get some good sleep. We'll get a good plan going after we bale all that grass up, and the money that we get from that's definitely gonna help out the mood. We might go a little bit more aggressive at trying to get that debt paid off while we have this opportunity, because we still got to save up for the whiskey distillery, the big building. Well, not going to get work done this month. Oh, January. Oh, what is going on this winter? And, well, February's a little more of the same. Well, spring's finally arrived, and I'm hoping that our grass has had enough time to dry since the snow has finally melted and left. Let's get the Windrower going, and that'll be the first task we take care of today. Then we need to start evaluating our crops and see where they are, because I think something's gonna be due for harvesting soon. There's gotta be something, right? Yeah, we gotta get this done. We wanna get these fermenting so we can sell them potentially in April. But it looks like we need to take care of the vineyard as well as harvest our soybeans. Is that what we have here? Let's double check. Yes, soybeans are ready to harvest. So first off, we're gonna get this all windrowed and baled. Then we'll probably harvest that and end the month by pruning the vines and getting them all prepped for the next harvest. Yeah, hopefully the new security system that I've been looking into will get enough money to purchase it and install it so that we don't get robbed again. Cops definitely told me that if we had them on camera, they would have a little bit easier of a time figuring out who it was. So we're gonna try to get some cameras around here, as well as maybe some lighting. I know it happened during the day while we're gone, and it's really weird that it's almost like that person knew. So being a big doofus, I forgot to hit the record button. We have $36,000 now. That was from selling 9,000 liters of sugar and 4,600 liters of maple syrup. We got a bunch of orders for that in, and we ran out of sugar from the production plant across the way. We let Hoot's Place know it's going to be about 2 months before we'll have another shipment for them, and they're completely fine with that, and they know our contract with them is limited anyways. We're going to need it for the yeast factory soon once we get some grapes that we can keep. But next we're going to harvest the soybeans, so it's time to get the harvester prepped. Gosh, I feel like this is only the second time we've used our own harvester, and it probably is. So let's go ahead and see how this yield's going to do here for these soybeans. Very important harvest for our financial stability here. Still got to prune the grapevine as well. We'll see how this does. Not as big of a field as we used last time for the soybeans, so we're not going to get as like $200,000 like we did, but hopefully it's a good amount. We'll bust this out and we'll see where we're sitting financially. Hoping we have a little bit of cash to potentially, gosh, we got to save some money though. We got to think through. We don't want to make too many decisions without deciding what's the best for the farm. Expanding would be nice. Getting, a little bit of money saved for the whiskey distillery would be good. Yeah, let's see where we're at when we get done. Filling up the trailer here, seeing how much we get in this. I'm hoping to get at least one trailer full, if not two, from this harvest, but I don't think that's going to happen. We might just get one and get lucky with it. Well, we got one load full. We'll go ahead and go sell that, and then we'll come back for the little bit that'll be left. We'll have to decide if it's worth the diesel to drive it in or wait till the next harvest. We'll probably sell it this time. We don't want to hold on to any. We want to maximize our profit. And it looks like we are done with the harvest, so we'll be able to just come back, get that, and sell it. We're heading to Hoot's place. That is the best price right now. It's actually going to be the main place that we sell most things here in Montana. Dump the trailer here. Watch the money go up. 77,000. Beautiful. Let's go get the rest of it. Get a couple more $1,000, hopefully. Just 1,000 liters this time, so it's a little bit extra money. It's definitely worth bringing here because of how good the price is on soybeans right now. $6,600. So we're sitting at $120,000 after our first harvest of the year with 2 harvests to go. Very nice. They put a chair or something in this waiting room while I'm waiting for the maintenance on this. Not really much to do. Yeah. Like a TV, a chair, something would be nice in here. Oh, vehicle repairs. They're kind of expensive. Oh, man. All right, well, we got that taken care of. We'll have to make sure we get the other tractor in here too soon. Get maintenance on it. And we'll check our implements and see if there's any of those that we feel like need serviced. But that put us at $113,000. Plenty to make our loan payment. We'll just keep that in mind. We're going to save money a little bit here. I'm hoping after all these harvests, we can just pay that loan off. I think we have a problem. Let's go see. I don't think, yeah, we might have a problem. This tractor might not work for pruning. We might be spending money today. And the lazy guy forgot to put his harvester away. All right. Well, it seems to extend out once it found the vines, so maybe this tractor will work. Seems to be doing good. Yeah, very nice. Maybe it will work. We'll find out more when we get into the center, but it seems to be pruning it pretty good. A little too close there. Wanted to kind of take a look. Oh yeah, fresh start this year for the grapes. Exactly what we were looking for. Finishing it up now. Coming out good. There's one little pesky vine that just didn't want to be pruned. Let's head on over to that row again. Here it is. Yeah, you're just not wanting, huh? Just not wanting to go anywhere. All right, I guess you live there for now. Close that up. Well, that did good work. This John Deere's definitely doing the job. Eventually we probably want to upgrade to a new piece of equipment that's dedicated just for the vine, especially as we expand it, because that's coming hopefully for the next harvest. This harvest we'll get through with the same vines, but oh, barley's looking good. But we'll definitely want to expand the vineyard eventually to speed up productivity, get us more goods for our yeast factory. Getting some lime laid down here on this field. It's about time. It's the first time that we're actually getting this done. So this should be really good. It should help with the harvest and the yield next time, just to get the soil in a better pH balance here. Definitely gonna help. Let's go ahead and get this done and get it all prepped, because we want to turn this field over. We want to make sure we get this replanted as quick as possible, and that'll probably be next month. The last row here, we missed a couple spots. If we have lime left over in the tank, we will go ahead and get those spots. But yeah, it's looking nice. So we're heading on over to the store here to take a look at this mulcher they have for sale. They have a good deal on it right now. It's usually about $25,000. It's on sale for $20,000 today, so we're definitely going to take a look at it. Just want to make sure that our tractor that we have is going to work with that. And it says it requires 200 horsepower. We definitely have that in the New Holland, so let's let them know. All right, we got that purchased, $20,000. I definitely think it's worth it. The extra yield that we'll get from mulching these fields is definitely going to help out, and it's something I've been looking into since I took that course. So let's get this home, let's get it on the New Holland, and let's get the soybean field all mulched up and ready for the next crop. All right, the time has come to test this out. We got it lowered. It looks like it's working, and we're able to pull it just fine. It took some of the stubble and just kind of mixed it up a little bit for us, and also mixed up the lime. This soil is going to be very, very nice and prepped for this next harvest. Well, it looks like the van's enjoying watching the show. Not sure why it stopped there, but we're just mulching. Don't mind us. There it goes. Starting to lose a little bit of daylight here. It's just enough time to finish this up for the month of March. It's been a productive day on the farm. Not 100% sure what we're going to plant here yet, but we'll make that decision very soon. They're raised up, and I believe we can fold this. Yes, we can. Should make it easier for storing, though we might have to store it unfolded? Let's find out. I don't know if it'll stand up that way. All right, I guess we're storing it like that. Let's turn the lights off. We need more storage already. Farm is growing fast. It's time for a nice evening. Well, it's an beautiful April morning, and we spent a little bit of money, you know, on the mulcher and on property maintenance. Got us down to 93,000. I'm hoping this silage really helps us out, and we got a big job ahead of us today. We got to harvest the sugar beets. Hope there's enough time today, because that's there's a lot there. Okay, let's see how it's going today. Hoping for like 50 grand from all this silage. We'll see what happens though. Oh, 53, not bad. Let's go get the rest of it. Well, 77,000 more liters, should be close to 50,000 again, probably 40,000. That's my guess. Oh, little problems there. 45,000? We're at 191. So if we sell maybe, you know, $25,000 worth of barley and a little bit of that sugar, I might feel confident in just paying that loan off and being out of debt. Looking good, looking good. Just got to get these topped. Oh my, this is going to be quite the day. Yeah, this field is huge. Regrets. Oh my. Hopefully we can get this done today. Working on getting the headland done here, and I think I'm going to call up the dealership and see if they have any connections to be able to lease a sugar beet harvester, because I think the investment would be worth it to get this done quicker, and we can still, you know, get the other field planted this month and possibly cut the grass as well, get a little more silage in. The grass is definitely ready. We could have done that last month, but yeah, let me give them a call and find out. Well, it has arrived. They dropped it off for us, so we're gonna get this out of the way, and I think we'll have to get the trailer ready. Wonder if we're gonna regret not leasing anything for that. But yeah, let's get this bad boy going. This is a huge piece of equipment. Getting it for $20,000 seems like a steal, but it's definitely gonna speed up time. This is, I mean, it cost us $500,000 to buy this thing ourselves almost. So unfold this, get it ready. So it does look like it holds a good amount, so we don't necessarily need to follow it with the trailer, but it might be a good idea long term. But let's well, I'll keep you updated on how this goes. Let's see if this trailer is gonna work. It's not gonna hold a ton. Let's get over just a little bit more. We're losing a little bit. So yeah, every couple rows, I guess we'll have to empty this out. So a little better than I thought it was going to be, but I wanted to get the production up and running, so I definitely want to get this first load all filled up, get up to 12,000 liters here, and we will head on over to the sugar plant. And by the time we get back, we'll probably have to do another load. It's going to be a busy morning, or afternoon already at this point. Nice to see the yeast factory get some of this sugar produced, and it'll be before we know it. We'll be ready for that. Well, the employees are very happy at the sugar mill that they get to start working again. So we had to give them a couple months off, but now they're back at it. And hopefully this is definitely going to be enough to carry us through a year. Probably more than twice what we had last time. Let's go back, get another load, rinse and repeat. We're just inspecting the field. It looks like we missed a row here and a little bit down there, so we'll get that taken care of. We also ran out of room in the sugar mill. As you notice, our balance is a little higher than it was earlier, and that's because we had to sell some of these sugar beets because we ran out of room. So there's nowhere to put them, so we sold them. We've made about 70, I think it's about 75,000 so far off of it. A little bit left in the trailer over there, and then we'll find out where we're at. What an amazing machine. I wish we could afford just to buy this, but with how good our harvest was this year, we might not need to plant any more sugar beets. We're going to evaluate that. We're going to do a little bit of math with the manager at the sugar mill and see how long the product that we have is going to last, and that'll be our decision maker on if we need to plant any more sugar beets. Let's see, we get this lined up here, right? Oh, it is out. There we go, getting the last bit there. So we're gonna return the sugar beet harvester. Like I said, I definitely wish we could own one of these, but we'll take it back to the dealership and they'll clean it on up for us and probably charge us a little bit more. I need to talk to them. It took us a little bit longer than it was supposed to. So yeah, let's go find out what the damage is there before we sell the last bit of our sugar beets. All right, just got done talking to them. With the wear and tear and the extra hours we put on it, it was 10,562. We're sitting at 245 right now. Let's see, we're gonna do a nice little jog back to the farm and sell the rest of those sugar beets. Ooh, Frogger. All right, let's see what we get for 9,800 liters of sugar beets. $7,600. We're at $250,000. I think we're gonna take our time and wait till June to make decisions on what we're gonna do with the money. That's when the payments due. We'll decide at that point if we want to pay it off or buy more equipment to help speed up our progress and help the growing farm. There's some implements I'd like to upgrade, so I'm gonna, take some time to think through that before we make that decision. But since it's about 5 o'clock already, we need to rush home, and I think I want to focus on getting the field planted that we harvested last month. Well, we just placed a big order for seeds. We're gonna get this filled up, and since we don't have to cultivate with this seeder, we can go right to the field. We're gonna mix things up here. We're gonna go with oats this time around. And we're not going to sell them. We're going to hold on to them because I think there might be something we can do with those later on. Yeah, going in good. Very nice. Man, this tractor needs cleaned. So let's bust this out. And this is a nice way to end the month. We'll get some sleep. We'll work on probably the grapes and the big field next month. I don't believe the barley will be ready yet. That's probably going to be more like June. So we got a lot of work ahead of us, getting a lot more busy around the farm. Well, it seems like we're just going to run out of seed to finish this field. Come on, you can do it. 7 liters, you can do it. We can get to the end. Come on. Unbelievable. With 2 liters of seed left. Let's raise that up. Field's looking real nice. Time for supper and some relaxation in the camper. Well, good morning there. We're going to get started by fertilizing the oat field that we just planted last night. So we got a little bit of weeds growing. We probably want to take care of that as well. Let's go ahead and get this fertilizer laid down first, and then we can move on. We're getting an early start this morning because we got a lot to do. Let's get this fertilizer taken care of and then some weeding. Well, 1 task done for the morning. That was really quick. This spreader has a nice width on it, so it doesn't take too much time to get that done. Let's go get the weeder and we'll see what we can do and see if it's gonna help us out or if we're gonna have to spray herbicide. Let's see. Beautiful. Look at how nice those oats are coming in with all those weeds getting pulled. This is definitely going to do the trick. Let's go ahead and be patient. That's why we got up so early. We'll get this done, and then we can finally move on to the big field. Maybe do some work on the grapes as well. Last little spot, this little implement, this hoe, is definitely helping out keeping the chemicals off the farm. We want to avoid the herbicide as much as possible, so that's definitely looking nice. Let's admire our work here. Yes. Oats are going to come in handy. Probably have to buy more lime, but we're going to go ahead and get started on this field here. The big boy. They all need lime, but we wanted to place them down before we plant. So it was the best idea that I thought, based on my research, to get the lime spread now. Then we can plant on top of it, and it'll mix it into the soil real nice when we use the seeder. Yeah, just keeping it busy on this May morning. Looking pretty good. There's a couple sections we missed, but since we're driving by this one, we might as well clean it up. We'll go get the seeder ready. I think we're gonna do barley in this field. We need to start stockpiling the barley for the whiskey production, so this big field is definitely gonna be planted with barley. Went ahead and hired one of Isaac's old workers to take care of the planting for us. Now that we have a little bit of extra cash, we can afford to do that. We'll pay them at the end of the day. We'll sort out that bill with them. Probably about $500, $600 for this field. But we're going to take a nice little stroll to the dealership because we want to spend a little bit of money. Yeah, I'll show you when we get there. Oh, I just see they took the $63,000 out of our account. We took a risk here. We decided that we wanted to invest in the farm, and this is going to help us get work around the vineyard done a lot quicker, especially as we expand it. We got this Landini fully upgraded. Let's go ahead and get that home, see how this drives. Nice cab, look at this. Oh yeah, very skinny tractor that'll definitely help with the vineyard and fitting in between all the vines. Can't wait. We're gonna go get the mulcher and the cultivator all set up, and I believe we can do both of those at the same time. We're just gonna have to, this traffic's not ending. There we go, there's a nice break in traffic. Let our worker go, very nice. We'll have to keep an eye on them, make sure they don't run out of seeds here soon. All right, let's head over. We got the mulcher in the front and the cultivator in the back. In theory, we should be able to do both of these jobs at the same time. I hope this tractor has enough power for that. Go ahead and head this way so we can check on our worker. Looks like they're still plugging along nice. Get as close as we can here. Go ahead and lower that. Get that turned on. Lower that. Sounds like it's working. Listen to that. All right, let's take a little peek here. Yeah, that's doing it. So, 4 or 5 miles an hour. It's gonna take a little bit of time, but we're getting 2 things done at once. It should save us time in the end. And then we'll just have to fertilize here this month and next. And these grapes will be, we're just waiting for them to ripen and grow. We are all done. We just topped off the seeds for the worker there. They're doing a great job, great progress. We might have to clean some of that up ourselves afterwards, but that's all right. An extra hand around the farm is not gonna bother me. It's just a little bit of cash, and we've got it right now, so all set. But now we have the Landini over there prepared to fertilize the vines. That's new setup with it's going really good. I do not regret buying it. We've seemed to recover really well from the theft of our grapes, so fingers crossed. Security system comes in soon. We got to save some money on that. I've been working with that contract company. We're gonna get some extra lights around here, and those lights are gonna have cameras attached to them, and I'll have a nice little system to be able to review anything that happens on the farm while I'm away, which is real nice. Go ahead and put this away, and then we'll get in the Landini and get some fertilizing done. So we go in the middle. Yeah, this is so much better. The John Deere was definitely a good purchase, and we will continue to use that, but it was a little wide for the job that we're trying to get done here, and we'll see how this goes. Whoops. Yeah, it looks like about 10 miles an hour we'll be able to do this very quick job with the Landini. We're not worried about running into the vines, keeping our product safe here. Definitely happy with that purchase. Another job done. That was real quick. Very, very happy with this purchase. Well, as we start to mow here, just taking care of some chores, I thought I'd say thanks for hanging out at this episode. As always, if you haven't hit that like or subscribe button, do me a favor, hit that now. It helps out the channel a ton. Give me some feedback on this series. Let me know if you're liking it, things I should change. Well, Hoot's Place is going to be very excited. We've gotten the production back up and running. Plenty of sugar being produced. This is 2 months worth. We let it store up a little bit before we brought it over here. 36,000, and it's June, so it's time to pay that loan. I think what we'll do here is we got 200,000. We could pay it off, but we're not going to do that yet. Let me write him a check. Actually, let me electronically send it to him. All done. 50,000, so we're, we got 150 left plus a little interest, so we'll keep making payments like that, I think, and hopefully pay this off pretty quickly. But let's get back. We're going to do a little bit of fertilization on the vines, and then it's time to harvest the barley. Gonna have to repair that fence one of these days. Yep, still loving this Landini, making it a lot easier to fit through these vines, each side of it. It's just, look at all that extra space we have. Definitely a good upgrade. I don't think it hurt us too much financially. We're sitting pretty good. We'll get this done, and then we'll get the harvester ready. See how much barley, see how good Isaac's Field treats us. And got to keep in mind, in September, we got that lease payment up with him. Maybe I'll try to negotiate buying that property from him. I don't like leasing it. We'll see. Maybe his kids have decided they're not going to farm, and he'll be willing to sell it. We'll find out. Another job done. These grapes are going to be great this year. Hopefully that security system comes in soon. I know I keep saying that. I need to give them a call after we do this harvest. I think we'll find out the status on that. But yeah, let's go get the harvester all prepped and get going. Yeah, barley. It's about time. We'll go ahead and start over here. We've done this before. Let's get it started. It's nice to get a lot of use out of our harvester. So far, the yield seems decent. Almost 1,000 liters already. The display's showing me that, and you can see, yeah, look at this nice view. Filling up nice and quick. Almost forgot to change the setting to straw, with no reason not to make some extra money off the straw. We could have, let it just kind of sit on top like it did in the back there for more fertilization, but I think a little bit of extra cash, it won't be a lot, but a little bit of cash will be helpful. Just heading out with the grain cart here. Yep, looks like they're ready for us. Again, these workers are pretty good. We've settled with them for last month. Gave them the $600 for this one, probably a little bit more. But I'm thinking this cart might not be enough for long term. We might want to take a look at the store and do some upgrades. I think that might be one of our next moves. It's pretty promising. This is as far as we got before we had to unload the hopper in the harvester. So yeah, optimism right now on the yield we're getting on this field. Well, this trailer is filling up so fast. I think we are going to look into some options for upgrades. Let's get this dumped and then we'll hop on our phone here and check the market for what's out there. Well, this will be quite the investment. We've gotten this trailer and diesel for $114,000. Oh, could have paid off debt, but I think this will come in good use. We won't have to go back and forth very often. Next is to get some auger trailers as well. That would be nice. So this could just sit here and the trailer could follow around. Let's take over for this worker for a second. They're trying to get us to drive through our crops, crazy worker. There we go. Very nice. Definitely gonna have to wait a while on that other wagon, but this will be good. I think it's a good upgrade. A lot less back and forth, especially when we start selling things. Like we might end up selling the oats. I haven't decided yet, but it'll make it a lot easier to do. All right, hand that back over to that worker and let's get this shut off for now. We'll keep an eye on that. Another helper out there doing the weeding for us. And I needed to check on the fertilizer on the oats. The good news is we did both applications of fertilizer on the oats. I think I'm gonna follow this around for a little bit and make sure we get it to where the harvester doesn't have to stop so we can speed up this harvest. Well, we got this trailer almost to full capacity. I think it's a good time to unload it now. From what I understand, we can get about 40,000 liters in this thing, so I'm hoping to get another at least 20 on that field before we're done. Get those opened up here. Yep, very nice. Just wait here for that to finish, then we'll close it on up. And we got back just in time to get the next load. Harvest is done. I hope this is able to completely fill it up. Otherwise, we'll just empty the rest of this harvester directly into the silo. Let's see, it should be good. Perfect. All right, let's get this put away and then we will drop our grain in our silo and see what our total is at. Just checking the readout here and we're sitting at 91,000 liters of barley. Not a bad harvest. You can also see we got some of our lighting installed and they're very discreet cameras, so that'll definitely work. If we look around the property, you can see we got some here, there, down that way, on the other edge of the property as well, right by the camper. So anyone entering the property should be caught on these cameras. And we have a nice service that records all of it for us so we can review that with the authorities later on. But I'm hoping it's just enough to kind of deter anybody from even wanting to. So next thing to do is check on our worker that's doing our fertilization. Probably think about doing the baling over there, but I think we're going to take the silage in to sell it that we cut last month. So let's do that. So it's not our biggest load, but it definitely is going to help pay for the workers and the security system that we put in today, and possibly a little bit towards that truck. I mean, it's definitely not going to get us back to where we were, but it's a start. Yeah, 22,000 bucks. Not bad for just cutting the lawn and baling it up. We finished up the fertilizing for the worker. We let them go home for the day. We're sitting at 60,000. Got a lot of nice upgrades here. What a productive June, and I'm just looking forward to being able to get enough grapes. We need to save up a little bit of money now for another production, but you know, getting that distillery built is definitely key next, so we got to keep that in mind. But I think we need to figure out what to do with this straw. Well, to my surprise, we got a quick call for the trailer, the grain trailer. Sold it for a little over $10,000, almost $11,000, so that was beautiful. You know, for $12,000, we were able to pick up this used baler, and I think that's definitely going to work better than the round baler since it can only do the smallest bales that it wraps. But we'll get this hooked up. We'll be able to do big bales of straw. We won't have to stop because of the technology on these balers. It should make quick work of picking up that straw and figuring out exactly where that needs to go to get sold. I'll make some phone calls about that, and yeah, let's start over here. We'll do the headland last so that the bales don't get in the way. Let's go ahead and unfold it, make sure it's all set up right. All right, it should be doing the biggest bales possible for us. Let's see how this one works. Start with this row here. Yeah, we should be able to just cruise to like 16 is a pretty good speed for this. I think this was a good purchase. I think my goal for this is to pay it off or pay back what we spent on it with just selling the straw the first time. Then when we do that barley field, we'll start making profit off of this implement. Yeah, definitely gonna get this field done. get it sold, and that'll be it for the day. What a busy day. Here's the first truckload of straw. We're gonna go see how we're doing. I have a suspicion that this is gonna pay for the baler itself here, which is very nice. $28,000. We could have bought 2 of those balers. Let's go get the rest of it. I'm pleasantly surprised. Not quite a completely full load here, but it should be good money. You know, just a little byproduct of planting a cereal crop is getting this straw, so it's just extra money now that we paid for the baler and, you know, pretty much any diesel or wear and tear. Yeah, another $23,000. We're at $110,000 again. Almost enough money to buy our distillery. A little disappointed in the range of these lights, but they're telling me that this technology is good enough to still capture people at night. I want to upgrade the lighting around here a little bit, maybe a little bit more. Well, I don't like the way this day's starting. The New Holland is broken down. We're starting to cut the grass out here, and yeah, it's an exciting day. We got some grapes to harvest, but without this tractor, it's going to limit us. I wanted to get this grass cut first. Let me call around. Let me see if there's anyone that can come out and look at this, or potentially we got to move on though. We got to get a new machine if this one's not going to work. It's got a lot of hours on it. Probably didn't do maintenance in time. Probably, oh, yeah, let's look around. Well, I had the truck preloaded. We were going to get that dropped off, but I think since the grapes are ready, let's drop off as much as we can here at the yeast factory. Let's see what they'll take. All right, we got 8,000 left over. We're going to need the money, so let's go ahead and sell the rest to Hoot's place. The yeast factory is at capacity. I got a lead on a used tractor up in the mountains, so we're going to drop this off, try to load up our tractor. Apparently they do some repair and overhaul work at this facility up north in the mountains, so we'll go ahead and get this dropped off, and at that point we'll rejoin you. Drop off this 8,000. So Hoot's place is going to be excited to know that they're still going to get our business for a little bit while we get the yeast factory up and running. But we're sitting at 131,000, so hopefully that's enough to make some type of trade or lease or something while we figure out what's going on with the New Holland. What's going on with the road here? Some trees knocked down. Can we get through? This is kind of strange. Another tree up here. I think we want to go around this way here. Oh man, what am I getting myself into? I haven't been in this part of the city, and it seems a little run down out here with trees blocking the road. Yeah, there's not many houses that we've passed. Actually, there hasn't been any houses, so gosh, this just, something about this feels a little strange. Here's another tree in the road. My goodness. I see something in the distance there. Oh yeah, this looks like the place. Go ahead and pull over here. A couple fellas outside there. All right. How's it going? Take a look here real quick. Oh, look at this Case IH. This Magnum, that's a big boy. John Deere 8RT 310. Oh, we got the 7R 290. Hey, how's it going?
You must be Chris.
Yeah, so, yeah, it's the one who talked to you on the phone, yep.
How can I help you?
Yeah, so the New Holland, I'm not really sure exactly what broke on it. I'm not very mechanically inclined. So, it's kind of figuring out, what can we do here?
We'll make something work. Feel free to have a look around.
Well, it cost us $120,000, and I'm not sure about those guys. Something feels a little weird about it. We're going to go ahead and head out. We got one of our employees helping us, gonna drive the truck back with us and follow us home. Something felt odd about that. We got it done. We got a trade in there. They're gonna take the New Holland from us, and only cost us $120,000 to get this huge tractor. This is a big upgrade for us. It needs some maintenance, so we'll have to see about getting that very soon. And you can see there's a lot of hours on this vehicle, so I think that was the best deal. Let's get home. I think what we'll do is, since it's starting to get a little bit later in the day than I was hoping to get started, I think we're gonna have to jump on that grape harvest right away, and then maybe the oats, and then we can finish up the grass last. And hopefully after we do the oats, we'll have enough money to do some maintenance on our new tractor. It's great. Let's look in the cab here. Yeah, this is definitely going to be a good workhorse for us, or Deere. But yeah, I think we're looking forward to this. It was definitely time to get an upgrade. Is this the way we want to go? Well, we might get lost. Down the hill we go. All right, get the truck there, and I think we'll go ahead and park this. But again, we need some money for maintenance. We'll have to take it up to the dealership later on, hopefully today. But we'll go ahead and park her for now, and we'll head on over to the grape harvester and finally harvest some grapes. So we got everything prepared earlier this morning, and just, you know, was trying to cut the grass, and that happened. So getting a little bit later of a start, like we mentioned. Let's go ahead and get everything all prepped here. Good back there. Let's see. Got to get used to how we got to line this up. Okay, so it is a little bit to our right. Oh, nope, not there. It's a little bit more tricky than I thought it was going to be. Once we get lined up, I think we'll be good, though. Seems about right there. All right, what's going on here? Okay, we're still a little bit over. We need to go a little bit this way and then straight. There we go. All right, let's see how this does. I have no clue how we're gonna do yield-wise here. First time. They haven't gotten stolen yet. Fingers crossed. I think the cameras might be doing the trick. Just shake those grapes off there. Get them out of there. You can see the grapes back there in the hopper. It's going pretty good. I think after this pass, we'll fill it up or empty it and see how we're looking. Okay, we got 2 rows done. I'm just super interested in exactly how we're doing. All right, let's go ahead and unload them here. And we'll go ahead and hop up here and take a look. Okay, it doesn't seem to do a lot. So that's 2 out of the 9 rows. Hopefully we get some better yield on some of these. I feel like that's not enough, but it's our first harvest, unfortunately. And we wanted to expand, but money became an issue. But we're about to be up and running with everything, but we spent a lot of money, so we still got to make some more to finish the building of the construction over there. I started thinking about it, and we never did maintenance on this, so we're gonna dump this load here, then we're gonna harvest the oats, and hopefully have enough money to get a little bit of maintenance done on this and still have time. We're taking a little bit of a gamble here, but hopefully we still have time after that to finish this harvest. But I think that would be best, because I know some of this probably needs a little bit of a tune-up and could probably losing a little bit of our yield because of the condition of this harvester. So we'll go ahead and shut it off, jog on over and get the other harvester going, and we'll get those oats done. I think that's best. But you know what, actually, let's take what we have to the yeast factory and get the production up and running. Yes, let's do that. All right, let's go ahead and drop these off here, and I'll make a phone call and get production started. Our first time harvesting oats, and I figured it was just a nice crop to mix things up. We'll also get some straw out of it to sell. So we'll see how this yield does here. And again, the goal is to get enough money to really repair the grape harvester so we can get as much yield, or as high as a yield out of the vines as possible there. So let's bust this out and see how we're doing. Hopefully I don't know. I have no clue what the yield's going to be like on these oats. Hopefully it's enough, though. So it looks like our total from this harvest is around 19,000 liters. So we're going to head on over to Hoot's place. We're going to get it sold, and we're going to see where we're at. And then most likely, we definitely should have enough money to take that harvester, the grape harvester, over to get maintenance done on it. And let's see how we do. $63,000 in oats. I think that was a good choice. Let's get back. We'll bring the harvester to the dealership. Hopefully they have availability to help us do maintenance on that today, and then we can finish the grape harvest. Well, it was just under $18,000 to repair it, and it should be good as new. Did a little bit of maintenance on it. Did say we were probably losing a little bit of yield, so everything's been fixed up. We'll hopefully see better results when we get back. So we do know from dropping off the grapes at the yeast factory that we got about 2,000 liters from the first 3 vines, or rows of vines. So hopefully we see a little better results on these next 3. which I think would be a good test. We'll take 3, fill it up, and then take them on over to the yeast factory and see how many we had, and then we'll do the last 3 rows. And hopefully it's a lot more than it was before. All right, let's find out. Let's see how much more we got. So the yeast factory filled up and we have a little bit of grapes left in the trailer. So that means that we got about 3,000 liters on that. The yeast factory can only hold 5,000. We dropped off just over 2,000 last time. So we lost about maybe 300 liters per row there. Good thing we did maintenance. Let's go get this finished. And then hopefully, what else do we have to do? We got to pick up the straw, cut the grass back there. Hopefully we have enough to maintain the new John Deere, which we'll get that done right after this harvest. So just under 3,000 liters of grapes left here. Let's go ahead and get this under cover, and then we will get that harvester moved, as well as probably take the John Deere over for maintenance. I'm sure we have enough money for that. All right, let's see what the damage is. $25,000. Oh, man. That was expensive. Can already feel it's running stronger, though. Oh, yeah, this thing, it's like it's not even trying. This is amazing. What a great upgrade. Financially, might not be 100% the best plan, but I think it definitely was the right decision. This new John Deere definitely helped out. It's more than enough power to do this baling. I definitely think we'll be able to upgrade some of our implements, like a cultivator and potentially a larger seeder and planter as well. Definitely going to help us speed up progress. And we can see over here, we did plant soybeans. We didn't show that because we had a little bit of issues with the GoPro. We got soybeans that are going to start growing over here. Hopefully they germinate here pretty soon. Not a huge amount of straw, but definitely worth selling. We don't have any reason to keep it, so let's go see where we're at, and then we'll get the yard cut. $17,000, definitely worth it. One more task done. On to the last one for the day. Oh, yeah, this thing is beastie. These jobs are going to go so much quicker with this machine. Yeah, definitely more than enough power for what we're doing, and I am loving it. This is going to help us get work done, like I said many times, a lot faster, a lot more efficiently. We're going to get these all baled up and get them fermenting. And hopefully in a month's time or so, we'll be able to get it sold. That'll do it for today's episode. Another job well done. Another day on the farm, all complete. Today, we're going to sell a little bit of wood. We cut down 3 trees so far near the camper. We're going to clear that entire area out. We're about to expand our farmyard and really get it established finally. Been working with the bank on a new loan. It's going to be a construction loan that's going to convert into a mortgage. And we're just working on the terms for that to see how much money they're willing to give us. They're going over our financial statements. They're really impressed with the way we're able to make money pretty quickly and our business plan as well. So that's definitely going to help us out. And I was really tired of living in the camper, so we'll get all of this wood sold, and that should give us another start to really get a nice farmyard going finally. And some of the things about running a business that we didn't think about was yeast. It takes a while to produce. It's going to be a while before we have enough yeast to make some whiskey, so we got to keep maintaining, and we'll definitely have plenty of barley by the time that comes around. Let's go ahead and see what we got for this first load, and then we will rinse and repeat until we are out of trees in that area, or at least all the ones we want to get rid of. 12,000 for the first load, not too bad. It's kind of depressing, but it's for a good cause. Oh man. We're at 144,000, so once we get that business loan going, we're definitely going to be sitting good. And I wanted to take a drive out somewhere and show you some plans. One of the things to keep in mind is it is September, and we need to take care of this field over here. We got to do some weeding, but also it's time to negotiate with Isaac another year of leasing. He could easily just say he wants it back, and what we planted is his. Just because of the arrangement we made. But this land back here, we do own. You can see there's a lot of trees back here. Well, from here to this way, we own. Lots of trees, lots more income that we could get from these trees. But one of the things we also need for our whiskey is we're going to be aging it in barrels. So we need some wood for that. And we definitely was worried a little bit about getting rid of all the trees out there. But we still have plenty of space over here and plenty of resource. So the sawmill, it's cool over there. We could buy it, but I don't necessarily want something in our area. So I think eventually we're going to build a sawmill out here. But while we wait for the bank, we need to get some work around the farm done. So let's go ahead and head back. Oh, our new delivery is here. It was $45,000 for this new weeder. Let's go ahead and get attached to it. And like we said, the main reason why we're excited about this new tractor was the fact that we could buy larger implements and get work done a lot quicker. So let's head on out to the soybean field. We'll go ahead and start on this edge over here, and we'll get this work done. But let's unfold this and see. Oh, what? One more? What an amazing upgrade. What an amazing... This is exactly what we were looking for. Let's go ahead and lower it down. Another cool feature about this tractor was that GPS came on it, so we're going to be able to take advantage of that and really be more efficient. It's going to help us not miss anything. We'll definitely be able to use that. And look at that clean up. Oh my goodness, what a good purchase. Well, that's all done and didn't take time at all. There's a couple spots where the weeder was not able to pull out the weeds, so we're going to go get the other implement, the hoe, and see if we can get the rest of those. Other than that, my goodness, I love this. Having bigger tractors, being able to have bigger implements, and hopefully that loan comes through soon so we can, expand this area and get these implements out of the sun. They're just kind of not the best way to treat our expensive equipment. All right, this thing seems puny now. Let's see if it is able to get these weeds. Otherwise, we're just gonna have to leave them. Let's lower that. Seems like it's doing the job, and it's just this small section that we planted early. Yep, that's good. We'll have to come back one more time on this row to get the rest of it, but that definitely seems to be doing the trick. What a nice clean field. Besides the texture difference there that kind of happened when we were seeding, we need to check our data and see if I did fertilize this the second half. Pull out my tablet where I'm keeping track of all of that. Yep, it looks like it is fertilized. Oh, there's one more spot. Let's get these ones right here too. Perfect. All right, we can put this away. Check our email and see if anything came around about that loan. If not, I think we'll start either mulching the other field down the road where we had oats, or mulching the grapes as well. No word yet from the bank, so I figured we'd take the time to take care of the mulching here. Need to get this field prepped and turned over. I think we might do wheat here, since we have barley growing already and soybeans. Wheat's another product that we'll need to make some alcohol. The Landini has done its job again. What a great purchase. Let's go ahead and lower that. Fold it on up. Get it put away. I think the workers still working on mulching. They're getting close to being done there. Let's get this put away. And again, we're going to check that email and see if we got anything from the bank yet. So you can see the loan did come through. We're looking at our current loan here at $650,000. So that was $500,000 for the construction loan and $150,000 to pay off the agricultural loan. Interest rate is 3.8, which gives us a payment of $3,915 a month for 24 months. Again, we can make extra payments on that if we need to. But yeah, it's time to get the construction crew out here and build this for us. So some of this money is also going to go towards the whiskey factory and potentially the sawmill as well. Oh man, it's been an eventful day at the farm. We've spent lots of money. We're finishing up planting wheat here. Hopefully we got enough seed, but we got some stuff to show you. A lot has happened. Let's finish this up and we'll take a look. There's a little sneak peek at it. Oh, look at that. We'll take a look at that later. Taking a look at the entrance here. We got the maple syrups factory still. Got that all set up the same. We got a nice new bread barn. Got the same stuff on this side. Yeah, let's take a look at the new shed here. We got everything moved in. Not too shabby. Very roomy. Very much what we're looking for. I'm loving it. We got our own little workshop out here so we can do some oil changes and some maintenance ourselves. You know, we got down here, we can get below the machines and the tractors and work on them. We got a new addition to the farm. We got a little puppy. Let's take our little path here. We got a nice little guest house back here. We'll show that in a second. But we've got this nice little path that leads to the side door, or it works its way up here as well to the main path that leads to the front door. Very nice. Got some backyard for some expansion, some family. We'll get the family in town. We can finally move them here. Little playground. This is the guest house. This is pretty sweet. You can go in here, you know, you got all kinds of stuff. You got a bathroom. You got a little bunk bed, a couch. Nice little sitting area, cooking area as well. I thought the windmill added a nice little touch here. We can, you know, produce a little bit of electricity with that and make a little bit of extra money. The big item is the SWU whiskey distillery. It is opened. We are ready. Just got to move all of our goods over here and start getting producing. And I think we have 1 pallet of yeast. So next episode, it's time to populate the distillery with all of the products it needs and get producing whiskey. What a nice morning. This has become my new favorite place to hang out here. I can see the house from here. I can see the farmyard. Just hanging out by the garage. Oh, careful, watch your step there. We might need to play some basketball later. Could go down this way as well, which is really nice. Let's jump in the truck. There's one thing that I neglected to show you at the end of last episode that it's kind of exciting. Let's head on over. Here we are. Part of our big spending spree was this sawmill, which is definitely going to come in handy making those wood chips that we need. Yeah, it's time to get this going. We're going to cut down some trees, get this production running, and then we're going to probably fertilize the wheat field and see what else needs to be done. It looks like we're about a month away from harvesting this barley. Yeah, and we gotta populate the whiskey distillery with all the goods too, but the wood chips are the last thing that's needed, so we could probably take some of these really close trees and just move them on over. We'll get some of this done and meet up with you in a few. Okay, so we're going to be producing planks here, as well as the wood chips should be distributing to the alcohol factory, which we'll take a look at that soon and make sure. But yeah, we got 29,000 liters in here. We'll probably have to fill that up in a couple months, but that should be good for now. On to the next task of the day. I think we're going to get that fertilization going on the wheat field and then possibly start moving some barley over to the whiskey factory. It's hard to remember where everything is. Go ahead and hop in here just to check on our loan and see. We did have 1 payment come out, so the remaining amount is $648,000. Ooh, yeah. It's the only debt we have, though. So we got the sugar to take care of. We got the maple syrup to take care of as well today. So we'll get a little bit of income coming in. And Isaac went ahead and sold us his property, which is why our balance is so low. That was part of the big spend that we did. We were able to talk him into selling that to us. So that was, I think that was a win. So we own more land now. Isaac's children had no interest in taking over the family business. So honestly, that's a win for us. So let's go ahead and get this fertilized. John Deere's definitely helping out. I think we might need 1 more tractor around here eventually, but I think we need a field or 2 after that, or before that. So let's get this going. Should be able to fertilize this and check it for if it's ready for the weeds to get pulled as well. And this shouldn't take long at all. So nice to be able to top off on gas here. And this tank should last us a while. It's got a lot of liters. It's got 9,000 liters left in it. So that should last us quite a time. Let's go ahead and get the weeding done. The fertilization went really fast. We're making good time. After getting this weeding set up, I think we will call over one of our workers, one of our helpers, to get this done for us while we start prepping the whiskey factory, I think. So while the worker does his thing, I think we'll grab 1 or 2 pallets of maple syrup and we'll get that put in. We're going to be making maple whiskey as well as regular whiskey, but try to get as many of these goods as we can into the factory. A couple here, a little bit lower. There we go. Let's go ahead and get this across the street. I wonder if we could do 2 of them. Below there. Looks like we got it. Tip it a little bit. should be good. Gonna have to raise these up to cross the street. Hopefully we don't get a ticket for this. It seems unsafe. No one coming that way. Once this car's clear, we're clear. All right, got the maples dropped off. Let's go ahead and head on over and see what we got for yeast pallets. Oh man, this needs fixed. What kind of work did this construction crew do over here? Ah, yay. All right, a little bit of yeast to take on over. Should be enough to get us going. And we waited just a little bit longer, and another pallet went ahead and was delivered for us. We'll go ahead and take that over, and you know, I don't know how much whiskey we're gonna be able to get with just 2 little pallets of yeast. Like I mentioned last episode, it's gonna take time to get this up and running, but we're gonna get it started at least. Got to get some samples going, adjust our recipe a little bit. All right, what's next? I think water. Let's go get the water tank and bring that over and put that in the big water tower. And then there's barley, and the wood chips should be getting delivered. I got the workers over at the sawmill automatically bringing those over to the whiskey factory. We got some silage to sell too. Beautiful. Ooh, another tractor that needs some fuel. Let's go ahead and get some diesel put into this one as well. Let's not run into the tank and explode it though. Go ahead and grab that, put it in here, fill it on up. All right, very good. Now we need to get the water tank. Get a little bit of water left in it, so we'll just bring this on over. See how easy this process is. Tight squeeze back here. We still got to do some construction to finish this up, but we wanted to get it up and running. Let's go ahead and turn this valve on. All right, we're going to need a couple more trips of that just to get it established. Let's go fill her on up. We'll get that done, and then we'll move some barley, I think. Yeah. All right, we got enough water for now. I think what we're going to do, though, is we're going to sell some stuff and see where we're at, and then we can get the barley moving. We got all that sugar over there. I need to chat with the manager too and see how we're doing on production there. We were thinking we didn't need to go another year without making more sugar beet, but I want to double check that and make sure that's still the case. Well, I had a nice conversation with the manager there, and we're definitely looking okay on sugar. We're going to drop off the little bit that we can at the yeast factory, just make sure it's topped off, and then we're going to head on over to Hoot's place and sell this, and then after that, we will sell the silage. And then we'll get back to prepping the whiskey factory. We need to check on that worker as well. Looks like they're doing a great job. All right, just talked to Hoot's place, and they were in desperate need of sugar, so they should be pretty happy with that delivery. $38,000 to our name. Let's go get the silage. Should get some good money from that as well. $18,000, not bad, just for cutting some grass. I definitely feel like that's paying off. That's putting us in a good spot. I just had an interesting conversation with the manager of the sawmill, and they said they're not going to distribute them, so we're going to have to do that ourselves. So we'll do a little bit to get it started, but we're going to have to figure out a better way to do that. It's not wanting to, you know, I might have to look for better help. Not very happy with that guy. Go ahead and fill this up and deliver as much barley as we can. The last process is definitely making the barrels, so we'll have to look into that and make sure that we get that figured out. All right, 40,000 liters should be a good start. We got a lot left in there, but like I said, it's definitely not everything we need. Got to get those wood chips over, and then we can turn it on. What an exciting day. Well, managers tell me it can only hold 40,000 in their containers, so we're going to have to come back and forth here multiple times, but that's why we have our own silo. Well, I'm really regretting putting the sawmill so far away. This is going to be a long trip, one bucket at a time. I just want to get this going, and then we're going to look at the shop and see possibly if we can get a front loader on our little John Deere and a trailer as well to help us move these wood chips. But hey, there's our puppy, slowly going. Yeah, 238 liters. I don't imagine that's going to go very far. We got some time that we got to get to go for the yeast and the wood chips, but I think we'll definitely probably leave the skid steer over here long term. and get another piece of equipment to help around the farm. But if we keep the skid steer there, we can just load up a trailer with the wood chips as we need them and deliver them. But this is, yeah, just look at this. It's so slow. All delivered. Perfect. So let's leave this here for now. Be quicker to just walk back across the street. All right, talked to the manager, got it fixed to have the maple syrup allowed to be in here. So you can see we have plenty of water, 120 liters of yeast, 40,000 liters of barley, 238 liters of wood chips, and 576 liters of maple syrup. I think it's time to turn it on. So in the production here, 40 liters. So we're gonna have 40 water, 35 yeast, 10 wood chips, 1.5 yeast will make 15 whiskey. Let's go ahead and activate that. And we want to, let's go ahead and do spawning. And the maple whiskey is all the same, except for it takes 3 of maple. We'll activate that. We're not really sure, you know, these rates. Yeast and probably wood chips are going to be the big problem here before we can get a full pallet to spawn. But we got time. We got lots to do around the farm too. Let's go ahead and head back. I'm going to take a look at the market and see what we got for other equipment to help with the wood chips. And at that point, I think it's time to take a nap and rest until we can harvest and let some of this production just do some cycles. Well, it's an early November morning. Fall is just about ending. Winter is almost here. Trees are looking beautiful. Not very bright this morning though. But we're gonna pick up the sugar. We're gonna then head on over to the sawmill and see what we got for planks to sell and go from there. I think we have plenty of sugar in the yeast factory, so we won't worry too much about that. But let's get all the sugar we can, head on over, see how the sawmill did, and then we should have enough cash to potentially buy some equipment to help us move those wood chips. And I'm hoping they produced a lot overnight, because we're already out of yeast, we're already out of wood chips in the whiskey factory, and no more pallets of yeast. So that yeast is definitely slow producing. It's time to see how many planks we have here. It looks like, oh, not too bad. I don't know if that was a full day, so we'll get these loaded up and head on over, figure out the place to sell them. Probably Hoot's place. This seems to be the spot where everything gets sold. So let's hop back in and let's see what we got for wood chips first. Yeah, we're gonna have to get something to solve that soon. But let's head on over to Hoot's place and see how much money we made. So we made it over with our new telehandler. It's fancy. The bucket's a little large, but I think it'll do the trick. We also got a little trailer over here for it. Definitely will be enough to get us by for now. Nice, 1,200 liters. Would be nice if it was a little bit more, but we'll go ahead and try to learn how to drive this thing and dump this off. But also over at the factory or the dealership, you can kind of see in the distance there, we got an auger wagon, which is going to help us do this barley harvest here in a few. Nice, filled up. And so we should be able to lower this down, attach it, and just go back and forth. This does go 19 miles an hour, so it'll be a much better than the skid steer. So let's get this delivered, and hopefully by the time we get back over there, there'll be another pallet of yeast as well. Actually raise that up so we can see what we're doing driving. Yep, we'll do that. And that should be good enough. And yeah, hopefully we got another pallet of yeast over there as well so we can get production back up and running. Otherwise, it's going to be a slow grind. Got our hazards on just to be safe. There we go. We got fallback. I accidentally shut that back off. Very nice. In theory, we could have just came over here with it in the bucket, but I wanted to test out the whole process here. Very, very nice. No yeast yet. Oh boy. We'll go ahead and leave this here for now. And we'll grab the John Deere across the street and go pick up our auger wagon and get prepped for a new harvest. Sure is pretty in the fall here. There's the wagon. Hopefully, I know, I never used one of these. All right, here's the auger wagon. Hopefully this will do the job and help us move a lot faster with these harvests. Figured we get this going. I know the field is pretty close to the silo, but I think this will still be the most efficient way to spend our time. And it's a little too wide, so we'll have to go all the way around. Let's make sure we get all these going, get our hazards on, got our wide load here. So to make sure we didn't make a mistake here. Oh yeah, this is gonna work perfect. Perfect. All right, let's put the pipe in, shut those off. Now let's just get the combine over here. This is exciting. More barley. I think we have plenty after this harvest for quite a while. Got everything set up here. Let's just check the height down here. That should do the trick. Oh, it wasn't finished lowering. Oh yeah, that's perfect. That turned on. You know, it would be nice to have a bigger machine here. Maybe that'll be one of our next upgrades. Speed up these harvests a little bit. The yield seems pretty impressive. It's filling up pretty quickly. So this should be a good harvest. We're gonna get down here, do a couple rows of the headland here. We're not gonna do the headland down at the bottom, or the entire headland here, but we wanna get out of the way of the sawmill so that we can turn the harvester around once we're going up and down. And it might be full by the time we do that as well. Wow, we filled it up already. Well, hopefully that help that we hired for the day gets here soon. Otherwise, we're gonna be running back and forth a lot ourselves. All right, fill it on up. All right, well, we can close that on up. Get it going again. Yeah, this wagon's definitely gonna help. Good decision. All right, our helper has arrived, so we'll head on over and man the wagon. They'll take care of the harvester for us. Hopefully that's a wide enough runway for them not to run into our sawmill. We might need to invest in another yeast factory. This is, well, the winter's coming, so that might give us a little bit of a runway for that. We got one pallet. It's not too heavy. I can pick this up. All right, we're back in production, and look at that. Isn't that a pretty surprise? Maple whiskey. Beautiful. Now we just gotta let it age a little bit. Pretty excited, our first load using this. Let's see if we can figure out the distance away. There we go. Well, it's halfway full already. Very nice. Allows us to stay busy and keep working and not waste any time. I love it. Got another worker with us, it'd be even better. Well, dropping off our first load, this is definitely helping out. I like this process. Instead of driving the semi on the field, it just didn't seem right to do that. So let me know what you think. I wanted to see how many of these grapes I could put in the yeast factory while we're waiting for this harvest to get done. I'd like to get these in a better storage situation than just the trailer. Looks like they're looking a little rough in there. And just a little bit. So we might want to look into upgrading this yeast factory. Save up a little bit of cash and double our productivity out of it at least, maybe triple it. We'll have to see what the room is in there, if there's more processing units that we can buy for that. Still working on the harvest, but came back to check. We got the original whiskey as well spawning. Oh man. Yeah, we just need to get some storage for these and figure out exactly how we're gonna store them and let them age. The maple whiskey is producing a little bit faster, which is kind of surprising to me. Well, another full load of barley. This is definitely a great harvest. The yield has been perfect on this, so we're over, 80,000 liters at this point. Some more left in the auger wagon. Harvester's finishing up the last 2 passes right now. Definitely a great day. And here's the last little bit. Not too bad. Another 6,500 in here. Let's make sure that's completely empty. Go ahead and send the worker on home for the day. We'll come pick up that harvester later on. Let's try not to ruin our wheat here. We'll head on over to the silo and see how much barley we have in storage. Exciting. We're gonna have to approach this way because of the direction of the pipe here, and that should do it. Maybe. Oh, can we not unload this here? Action cannot be performed. So I appear to be doing something wrong. Let me know if I am. But we'll go ahead and drop it into this trailer. And then we'll do the thing. All right, with that last little bit of barley going in, 138,000. We've got plenty. We have got plenty of barley. Maybe too much. The SW Whiskey Factory is running well. We almost got our second pallet of maple. Let's go ahead and move these over, maybe back in this area. We'll let them age a little bit back here. Need to get some official storage for it because these are going to start piling up and we don't want to sell them until they are ready. It's December. We got a little bit to do. We've already been to Hoot's place and made a little bit of cash selling the sugar. Next, we got another order for some maple syrup. I got the pallet set up before I went and had my breakfast. And we're going to take those over to the distribution. And that should be a little bit of extra cash in our hand. We already have enough for the monthly loan payment. so we shouldn't have to be too stressed about that. But let's get these sold. And then we will need to go over to the sawmill and get some wood chips and bring it to the whiskey distillery, as well as probably check on yeast and make sure if we don't have any pallets over there to bring over so we can keep production going. But we also put out a notice to the community that we have whiskey for sale. So hopefully we get a phone call today, or maybe just somebody stopping by to purchase some. That would be more than amazing. Let's get these sold and put the pallets down right there. All right, those are sold and taken care of. Let's go ahead and you can see we're sitting at 20,000, which is really nice. We got a little things. Let's head on over to the yeast factory before we go get those wood chips and just see if we have a yeast pallet spawning. I'm a little concerned we probably don't, but let's find out. We do not. Sad times. So let's go ahead and look at all those. Oh, look at all that whiskey. Looky, looky, looky. All the whiskey. And we're gonna go ahead and stack these with the other ones because that's the safe place for them for now. How much did we get here? We're gonna put the regular whiskey over here, the original. Do that, and we can keep them sorted pretty nice. And we might want to adjust the aging process to where they take a little longer to age. So we'll see though. We'll get some friends over eventually to do some taste tests and see what they think of it, but I'm not gonna stop sales if somebody does want to buy some. I have sampled it myself. There's some adjustments I think I want to do to it. Maybe, you know, tweak the recipe here or there. Maybe decrease the yeast. Definitely the maple, I think, needs a little less maple. It's pretty sweet, but I want to see what other people think before I make that decision. So yep, let's go ahead and put this away, and then we'll head over to the sawmill and get that taken care of next. All right, well, I'm just gonna take these wood chips back to the distillery because we're running out over there, and that should be good for the month. And then at that point, I think we'll start baling the straw here. That's probably the only thing. Maybe replant that this month. That might be, yeah, that might be good. Get that going, and then probably enjoy Christmas after that. Hello?
Hey, are you the guy that's selling some whiskey?
Oh, yeah, that's me. How's it going?
It's going pretty good.
You're interested in buying?
Yes, of course. I'm interested in buying.
Awesome. All right.
What you selling over there? What all are you selling?
Well, right now we got two products. We got, you know, regular original whiskey, just, you know, your old school whiskey, but then we also have maple whiskey, which, you know, that's top of the line stuff.
Okay. All right. Yeah, sure. How much are you looking?
We're doing 40 a bottle right now as our introductional rate. Once we get more established, it might be a little more pricey than that.
Okay. Can I come over and possibly buy some?
Absolutely.
Alrighty, I'm on my way right now.
All right, see you in a few. I'll be here. Oh my goodness, that's so exciting. We're gonna get our first sale.
What's going on?
Oh, not much. I like your truck.
Thank you. My wife had it painted.
Did she now?
Yeah.
She let you drive it?
Yes, she does.
All right, so yeah, you're the one interested in the whiskey?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, come around the corner here. We got a couple of those selections. Over here we have our original whiskey. And then right over here we have our maple whiskey. Wasn't sure which one you're interested in.
Well, I mean, let's go with the original.
You want a sample first? Try it out?
Oh, yeah.
All right, there you go.
It tastes really good.
Awesome. How many bottles you thinking?
Well, I mean, I think you just need to turn around.
Why?
And put your hands behind your back.
What? That's funny. You're funny. What is that supposed to mean?
Sir, I'm an undercover officer. And we have reason to suspect you don't have a whiskey license because we cannot find your whiskey license on record. So please turn around and put your hands behind your back.
I have it in my workshop right across the street. Can we walk over there and I can show it to you?
Yes, yeah, sure. Let's walk over there.
Okay.
Just letting you know, if you try to run, I'm tasing you a little bit.
I'm not gonna run. This business is way too important to me. All right, just give me 1 second. It's in the back here.
Yeah, you do that.
All right.
Dispatch, can I have a 1028?
Yep, go ahead.
It will be 302 G0 Victor.
All right, one moment.
What the heck? 10 what now?
All right, is this a John Deere 7R you're looking at?
Yes, it is.
All right, it is reported stolen 5 days ago.
5 days ago. Okay. All right, dispatch. Here shortly, I'm gonna try to put suspects in cuffs here pretty soon.
Do you need any more officers at your
Yes, send me additional 32s to my location.
10-4?
Here, the letter says it's pending review.
Pending. So, sir, please turn around. So, sir, as of right now, you'll be going to jail for not having a liquor's license, and you're going to jail for theft of a motor vehicle.
A what?
AKA
I didn't
that
steal.
tractor.
I didn't steal that tractor. I bought it. I spent $110,000 on that tractor.
Well, alright, you're in cuffs now. Well, sir, you got the bad news of it is stolen. It's been reported stolen as of 5 days ago.
I knew there was something wrong with those guys. Can I take you to where I bought it? We can catch them. We can catch them, and then you can see that I'm innocent.
Sure you are.
Oh, okay. This looks bad. This looks so bad.
Oh, this tractor looks familiar. You know exactly what this tractor was, huh?
This is my tractor that I traded with these guys because it's broken down, and I saw an ad on Facebook that they were selling a tractor, and they had a mobile home here. There was 2 John Deeres, a case, some fancy guys outside they look like security guards. Gosh, this looks bad. Oh no.
Sir, come here.
Oh, I'm not going anywhere.
Come on. Sir, you're under arrest. You have the right to make sign anything you say can be used against you in court of law. You have a right to an attorney if you cannot form one pointed to you. You understand these rights I've read them to you?
I do, yes.
Alright. At this time, do you wish to continue speaking to me?
I probably should wait. I don't mind talking to you because I'm innocent. It'll all come out in the end.
Sir, as of right now, you're being placed under arrest for the theft of a vehicle, aka Grand Theft Auto. And then you will be also being placed under arrest for not having a liquor's license. And sir, you're also being arrested for bootlegging in this state. You understand?
Yes, I understand. Huge mistake on my part.
We're going on down to the office.
Okay.